Hello and welcome. I'm Ash Mannix, and it's a Sunday evening once again, and we're playing Iwaihime once again. I'm joined today by my on-time co-host, Kixel.
Am I on time, really?
Yes, you are on time.
Just.
Well, on time for the stream that has started later than usual because I've had to run late. All right, Crack Dealer, how's it going?
Yo, sup indeed.
First in the chat, I like it.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Crack Dealer. You wore this man down. Your peer pressure got him.
I'll stop you there. It was not peer pressure, mate. Shut it. I know you like to think that.
I'll maintain that it was.
You can say what you want. I thought it would be a nice thing because I know you bitch about it.
There you are! There you are!
No.
I know you bitch about it. So what is that if not peer pressure?
It wasn't peer pressure. I didn't feel pressurized to do it. I thought it'd be a nice thing to do it as a little surprise, as a random stream. I saw it was on Steam. I went, fuck it. I was buying some other
you were
game.
right about that. Was it on sale? Because I don't have that version of the game, actually. I have the original version of Dark Souls.
I think it might have been. I don't know. But I just went, you know what? Why not? It would be a nice little surprise. A nice
35 bloody quid. I wouldn't expect you to pay that much for it.
Wait a minute. How much is this? I'm going to check this. I don't remember playing that much.
Well, I was impressed, actually. You did better than I thought you would. And you're playing with keyboard and mouse?
Yeah, that does... Oh, that sucks. Wait, what the hell? It's not on my email history. I think Steam tells you when you buy stuff, right?
Also, you started with the Knight class, and the armor was too heavy for you.
Why is the armor too heavy from the get-go? That seems stupid.
So let me tell you a secret. You know the initial class select?
Yeah.
It does fuck all. It gives you a little bit of allocation to stats here and there, but it's not like you're locked into a class.
Right.
It just gives you an initial stat allocation that may or may not be beneficial to your playstyle. Now, I like to start as a pyromancer because you get the fire spell. So I just immediately have fireballs that I can toss at enemies.
So I'm gonna say, first of all, hello there, Garlic Bread X. Dark Souls is fun. Do you know what? I was getting into it, and it felt, funnily enough, right? Even though it is hard and a pain in the arse, and when you do it repeatedly again and again and again, you just get into this groove, and it feels like something. I don't know, that you would just like chat over. Like you don't expect to do most things first time, especially. Well, I don't know. I was being taught how to be patient with the one where I had to like walk all the way through those bad guys and get to the point on the wall where the giant thing jumps down and starts kicking at me. And I only defeated that because you guys told me that I can jump on it, which took a lot of health off of it. I wouldn't have killed that thing if I did it the standard way of running up to it, hitting it, and trying to run away.
Which is what I did many times.
Look, I'm pretty sure I watched you playing this once.
You did watch me playing it, because I played it on the PS3 at first. I actually got Dark Souls when it first fucking came out, when Vinny Caravella was talking about it all those years ago, and people thought he was a crazy person for liking this game. Then every other person and their dog liked it, and then it became super mainstream and popular. I was there when it was unpopular.
Look at you, I'm more hipster than a hipster. What are hipsters anymore? Lol. Yeah, I'm old.
I don't know. But the version of Dark Souls that I played the most was the PC one, the initial release, not the remaster. Me and one of the guys were playing at the same time. I ended up getting quite far in it, but I never finished it. And the thing I have about Souls games is that I feel like once you've had that experience, I don't feel the desire to play any others. Until Elden Ring, when I did that full playthrough, which you sat in on.
Yes. I'm just going to say, Crack Dealer, I see you saying it, Bean Sundre Har. I still got to watch it. I was like, yeah, do you know, I felt bad, Crack Dealer. Like, that stream was for you and Loopy. And Loopy, screw you, I played Dark Souls. And
Loopy fell asleep.
Well, Loopy can suck it. right? I love that. It's like, oh, play Dark Souls, and then when I actually play, well, I don't blame Crack Dealer. Crack Dealer was sick, but Loopy just falling asleep.
You're not going to take that as an insult to your entertaining skills.
No, Crack Dealer was no. Well, no. Do you know what, right? There was just like Loopy's just like, oh, as if Dark Souls is amazing, right? And then I played it, and she fell asleep. Well, whatever. That's what you get. I mean, you're gonna get me just repeating again and again and again the same fucking thing anyway. And
I thought it was quite interesting. I expected more anger and rage, but instead I just got you laughing at the game and saying it's bullshit.
But I was laughing at the game because I wasn't play. I would never fucking play this game on my own. Fuck that. I don't enjoy.
Well, you did.
No.
What are you talking about?
As in, without the chat there, right?
It's demonstrably untrue. You did play.
No,
it.
I would never play it in isolation. Okay.
Okay.
Without the chat there, without something to keep me entertained while I repeat the same thing again and again and again. It's just not me. It's almost like it feels like one of those games that you can just chat over. Once you've done it, once you've got a bit where you're stuck at and you have to repeat again and again, you can just chat over it as you kind of slowly repeat the thing and kind of like pace yourself.
When I watched you playing it, right, and I was listening to your chat and you were talking about how clunky it was, I got the urge to go back and check some select moments from the Elden Ring playthrough. You sat in on me for most of my playthrough of Elden Ring, right?
Yeah.
Did you not see the similarities between the two? Because Elden Ring really is very similar to the Dark Souls style. The mechanics are almost exactly the same in terms of the combat itself.
Yeah.
In fact, some of the animations are exactly the same, like the backstab and the dodge roll and all that, especially the fat roll.
So, I don't know. I mean, I just assumed it'd be the same or similar because those are the only two from the Dark Souls series that I'm really familiar with, only because I've watched you play. First I'm playing Dark Souls, right? So I'm familiar with that a little bit now. And the only other thing was Elden Ring because I watched you play it. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that there's bigger differences between some of those games in the series, but yeah, I mean, it felt like Dark Souls, but
I think
maybe less difficult because I feel like I didn't take on the fucking Sentinel as the first bad guy, the tree Sentinel.
I think that any Souls game, the first one you play will be the most difficult one you play because you don't get used to the style until you've engaged with it, and then once you've engaged with it, you can sort of export your skills to the other ones, you know?
Yeah,
it's the same skill set.
Yeah. Garlic Bread is saying I usually start with Wanderer because I use dex weapons mainly.
Dexterity.
Right, so as I was saying, I went into that not knowing anything about Dark Souls or like strategy, right? I just went...
Believe me when I say that is the authentic Dark Souls experience.
That...
I was a little annoyed though because you have the new translation, which makes more sense.
Oh.
It made less sense to begin with, and I preferred that old one where it doesn't make any sense at all. You know when you get your souls and it says retrieval? I think in the old one it said revival or something like that. But my absolute favourite, when you beat a boss and it says victory achieved. That's still clunky, but in the original it was brilliant because it says you defeated.
I would have preferred that.
Yeah, I fucking love that one. I actually modded my one because it updated, and I'm like, no, fuck it. So I modded to have the old text back. So
you need to tell me you defeated. Crack Dealer says, well, good on you. You're a gamer now, Harry. You defeated. Yeah. So there you go.
That's it. Just you defeated.
you defeated.
I don't know why that cracks me up so much. It's just great.
No, do you know, I actually found myself thinking I wouldn't mind playing some more of this like the next day, and I was like,
it's a good game, honestly.
I remember I don't play hard games. I like read visual novels. The only other hard game was Persona 5. Shall I
tell you a secret about the Souls series?
They're not hard?
It's not really all that hard. It's punishing. That's what it is.
That's hard in a sense, I suppose. It's a type of hard.
It's unforgiving. If you make a mistake, you will be punished. But if you... I know it sounds stupid if you don't make a mistake, then yeah, but you know, as long as you know
it doesn't
what you're
give you a
doing
lot of leeway. Like you can die from 3 shitty bad guys if they get the 3 hits in. Like there's those guys, the just like normal sort 2 pikemen and a swordsman, and they would kill me straight away if I fucked up the first kind of like defense.
Or the skeletons in the fucking cemetery, right? Like that was the first fucking thing. I got stuck for ages in that cemetery because I didn't realize the cemetery is a fucking dead end, and the rest of the game is hidden behind a tiny little doorway under a bridge on the other side of the map.
Oh shit! Yeah, because I went there and someone told me, right? Someone jumped in the chat that I'd never chatted. I was just like, yeah, don't do that. It's too hard for you just now. No, Garlic Bread X actually was there telling me that.
No, Garlic Bread X was there, but there was also another person. I watched it and I saw the chat as well because I waited for the chat to come. It took a while for the chat to.
It usually does. Takes a bit.
Yeah,
of time.
but it depends. Sometimes it comes like almost instantly, and sometimes it takes ages. This one took ages, but when it came up, I'm like, now I'm watching this. I saw there was a new person in the chat, and he was giving you some proper good advice until he said, "Oh, I play on PS3. I never played this on PC. Peace out."
Oh yeah, did he peace out at that point?
He peaced out at that point.
Which is just like, well, fair enough. Yeah, fucking hell, now I think about it, it was a stupid little side bit that took you all the way up towards the bridge, and that was where you had to go. But yeah, I mean,
up as well because you were not locking on at all.
Dude, I kind of liked it with it because locking on. Sometimes you want to like switch between the two, and I hadn't gotten used to switching lock-ons, and I didn't like it because it's auto lock-on.
Well, the problem with the lock-on is you've got it assigned to the Q key, right? Which means that you won't be able to strafe if you move your finger that way.
Yeah, no, it's not. I didn't assign it. That's the way it was default, and I was like, "Fuck!" Right?
Either way, if you have to use the Q key, you're moving your finger away from the WSAD.
No, yeah. It's fucking annoying, but like I was just like, do you know what? I actually prefer without the fucking lock on because, yeah, I have to be more accurate with where I'm aiming when I'm hitting, but
which you weren't.
No, I'd gotten more used to it though. The lock on was a bit, but like it was a lot easier for me to switch around between 2 different guys. Like the lock on sucks balls because when it switches, it will switch to what it thinks is the new. It's a bit iffy, but whatever. I'm just gonna play like an idiot because that's the point. That's what I went in. I hadn't
play it the way you play it because that's the Dark Souls has been played by almost everyone and their dad by now. Like it is the streamer's first baby's game. I don't mean that as an insult. I just mean it because like I have literally seen people like Jeff Bacala play Dark Souls on YouTube, and he's a dad. In fact, he was talking about finding that weird moment while playing that weird moment when he's realized that because he's a dad and he's got a daughter and his daughter's of a certain age, there's now girls in his house having a sleepover and it's like, wait, what the fuck's happening?
No, shut up. Don't tell me about nightmare scenarios. I don't want to fucking think
that is a nightmare scenario.
I don't like it. I saw someone someone on Twitter had posted a thing going, my 16-year-old or 15-year-old daughter's got a friend over, and all of a sudden my 13-year-old son is walking around the house with a weight doing bicep curls. And I was just like, that sounds so true. I ought to be. I mean, unfortunately, I'm still that cringe, but you know, I know it's cringe at least. God, to be that age was so bad.
Once you are cringe, it never goes, man.
Oh my God. I mean, I never did anything I never had any hotties come into my house. That would have been. I would have embarrassed myself even more. But yeah, so I was saved. I didn't have my sister or his sister bring an attractive friend to the home.
You're echoing slightly. I don't have any sisters, so I never had this issue anyway.
No, and I'm disappointed. You know, I have one, and I was like, why didn't you have hot friend? What the fuck, right? You have one good use sister, and you failed. And then I have a brother, like, who's a bit younger than me, and I was like, why couldn't you have been a girl? Because you would have maybe had hot friends I could have perved on them. And he just looks at me, it's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, useless.
He's got the right response, man. But anyway.
Well, man, he just he thinks I'm useless, so, and he's not totally wrong. But anyway, what's the chat saying? Well, Garlic Bread X saying it was
Nothing
me
new.
and another guy. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciated the help, Garlic Bread X. I really needed it, and it really helped out. And it was you guys in the chat that kept me going. Otherwise, I went, "Fuck this." This is not the type. I'm not used to. I'm used to reading stuff and clicking and going next, and then the game thing carries on. So let's get back to that with Iwaihime.
Yeah, but take heart. You beat the Asylum Demon and you beat the Taurus Demon. Those are two solid achievements already.
I think I lucked out the Asylum Demon because I was just like, fucking roll.
No. You know what you actually lucked out on?
What?
The fucking dragon on the bridge. That fire breath is supposed to kill you in one hit. You survived somehow.
Yeah. I thought. Do you know what I thought? Right? I was like, I
watched
shouldn't have
you
survived
I watched
that. And I was like, is that? Are you supposed to survive it so that you can run to the right and go to the?
No, you're not supposed.
The
That bridge
point?
is that bridge. Everyone has the same experience. You like empty bridge. You're like, oh, let's go across the bridge. Then the fucking fire dragon breathes fire on you. You die, and you're like, what the fuck was that? You know, that's the experience. You got burned by the fire.
But
I watched your character like your character was dying. I saw him. I'm like, ha, he fell for the dragon trap. Then your character just stood up with like no HP. I'm like, what the fuck? And then you like drank a potion and ran under it before the dragon did his next breath. I'm like, you asshole! Everyone dies to that, and your luck is so good that you're just like walk it off. Like, oh fuck, that was the dragon. That was weird. Anyways, I'll be carrying on with my adventure.
No. I made up for it by fucking not kicking the ladder down and jumping down the side route and just like.
Oh, do you know what? That was my favorite part. I was like, now that's the real Dark Souls experience.
Yeah, I
where
think
you forgot the shortcut ladder.
I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
and you're just looking up, like, there's the ladder up there, and you're like, fuck, I have to go back all that way and get that. Yep, that's perfect.
Fuck.
That little bit there is a little microcosm of the entire experience. That's what the whole game's like. You've seen me play Elden Ring. You know what that game's like. Elden Ring is just Dark Souls, but open world.
Yeah, I looked at that and I went, fuck. Fuck. And then I was like, I need to get to that point.
Yeah, Crack Dealer, he survived the fire dragon. No one survived that before.
Do you know
Not
why?
The first time.
Because I'd overburdened myself with fucking ridiculous amounts of armor.
That doesn't protect you from fire.
It does, man. It did something. It gave me
anyway.
the thing that let me have 0.01 HP, like a float of. Wait, his HP's not 0. It's 0.00001.
You survived with like a rounding error or something.
Take the flasks there. Take the Estus. It's only in the remake or whatever the new version that you can get the remastered.
I was wondering. I'm like, did they fucking nerf the damage of the fire breath or something? Because that's the only
the
thing
second time I went there, I died by the fire.
So what happened the first time then?
Oh, mate, it was just pure luck.
Pure luck.
Which I think I deserved at that point, to be fair, because I was like, man, fuck this game. And then I got killed by those goddamn rats afterwards, and I was like, ugh, fuck.
Well, to be fair, I mean, the rats are one thing, but you are going into the catacombs next, so you're going to be coming up against those fucking frogs. So have fun with that.
Lovely. Anyway, I'm not going to play this. Next time I do that, if I do that, play that
You're
game.
making me actually want to pick up Bloodborne sometime. Bloodborne is the game I want to play next from that series, because Bloodborne is the one where people say, if you play Bloodborne, every other Souls game will be like piss to you. And because the style of Bloodborne is faster, so you end up being, getting, you know,
off, like it's a
a
bit
different
off.
style.
Yeah, you have to get used to that. Garlic Bread is saying maybe the first fire breath is slightly weaker. Maybe, because I feel like
That doesn't make any sense
because
to me.
it's like a showy. It's like. Because the thing that I was concentrating on was the fucking dudes on the bridge. I was like, oh shit, they're going to be super hard.
Yeah, they're a distraction tactic.
No, I know.
Because they get
like,
killed by the fire as well.
I was scared because I was like, they're going to be super hard. I don't want to go there. Because I think Garlic Bread X, you said don't go there yet. And I was like, I don't want to go there. And then
it was
went,
Garlic Bread X.
right,
He said there's a dragon there. And
I was like,
man, you just told him.
So, but I was like, oh, whatever, dragon. If I don't, whatever. So I went, and I was like, it's the guys.
I wanted to see you die. I wanted to see the dragon kill you, and I could be like, he fell for the trap.
Screw
and
you.
it almost happened.
I'm sorry I didn't fall for the bullshit. I'm sorry that through luck I got away with that. I deserved it. Okay, I still fucked myself over for it.
You got the other traps, like the metal ball that just rolls down a staircase in the beginning.
Oh
you
my
got hit
god!
by that.
Yeah.
That's a fucking piss take, that one as well. But you had the knight armor, so that one protected you.
Yeah.
There's that guy behind there who kills himself. You didn't know what happened there, actually. I don't think
Wait,
you
he
realized
kills
that guy killed
himself?
himself. Yeah, there's a guy in a jail cell, and you get a key from him.
Oh yeah. I was like, what's he gonna do? Because he's like, stay away. I'll turn bad. And I was like, oh, but
He kills him when you walk away. He kills himself, and you can hear it.
Oh, because I was gonna go back and see if he was gonna like eat me or something. You know, turn bad.
No.
And he just went. I asked him again. He's like, you better go. He just repeated the same thing. I was like, oh, fair enough. Fuck this.
No, he kills himself and he doesn't respawn. I don't think he's tarnished. So yeah.
But I was like, can I have your shield? And he's like, no. I was like, what the fuck? You're gonna kill yourself? Like, I was just like, I want your stuff. Like, I don't want to be rude, but if you die,
isn't it?
Yeah, help a fellow asshole in need. But anyway, poor Oscar, is that his name? Right, let's get.
I look forward to more Dark Souls, but I think we can leave that chat.
Yeah,
now. We're talking about it too much.
If I do it again, you're gonna have to be on the stream with me. I don't want to do that on my.
I am looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, so we'll try and find a time. Right.
Hello, Norm. It's nice to see you here, man.
All right, Norm.
Oh.
How's it going?
I just want to point out that we are at a very late stage in this game, so you may be unfamiliar with what's happening. Don't worry about that. You'll get a taste for what kind of crazy ass game this is.
Oh man, shit! What was the last one I did? That
we're starting Kanae's arc, or route, I should say, her route.
I remember
the Ssech King.
Yeah, and I remember, I think, Man Shout at Cloud. It must be this one. Yeah, because the rest of these are not July. Okay, let's do this.
July 16th sounds alright. It's 23rd today.
Is it the month of July? Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, Norm, you've jumped in at the right time. This game is pretty fucking bizarre, and here we are.
You wanna move our faces away, mate?
Oh yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? My face is not that close to the mic. And I was like, are you talking about the faces on the screen?
Yes.
No, as in the faces here and here, looking at.
No.
I was like, what's he talking about? And I was like, oh. Anyway.
I love this music.
So we've never seen the Hatter before.
I was about to say, we haven't seen the White Rabbit and the Mad Hatter before. We've only seen Kanae.
No, did the rabbit not talk to us, but we never saw the rabbit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We never saw him before. Now we're seeing him.
But we never even heard from the Hatter. I don't remember the Hatter ever talking to us.
There was like a crowd that we never saw who were watching her play chess with the Ssech King. Sorry, not chess. Ssech with the Ssech King.
Yeah, but I don't remember. Was the Hatter part of that? I just don't remember the Hatter talking to us directly.
I don't know.
The rabbit did.
I don't remember that much.
Crackdeer says, I know this voice.
Which one?
The Hatter? Hatter's sus. Okay.
Hatter's always sus. That's his point, isn't it?
What voice is that from? Me? Another character have that voice? Wait. No, I don't know.
No. It's not ringing a bell.
What? What the fuck is that, man?
I don't know, man.
I don't get it either. I don't get what's going on. Can I explain to me?
Here
we go.
She's having a tea party.
Well, as long as the tea is nice and there's lovely cakes and muffins or what the fuck, scones. Lovely fresh scones with cream and jam.
Oh, fucking love. I actually got a taste for that recently. I was making myself afternoon tea. I got the clotted cream and jam and everything with scones. I'm like, oh, yeah.
For all of you out there on the internet, Kuxo is super posh. Super posh.
What's posh about that, man?
Fuck off. Having tea with scones? No, fuck. What the fuck, mate? How's that? How's that posh? Doesn't everyone have tea with scones in the morning?
I got some clotted cream as well, and you.
Yeah, clotted cream. Shut them on the foot. You're just
you just put it on the you just put it on the scone. You're like, oh fuck yeah, spread it. And
look, you can add no matter how you say it, still sounds posh. Having said that, I went to a place once in the city in Glasgow, right? And it was quite a fancy place. They do tea and shit, and they serve like fresh scones, like made at that point. Like,
yeah, that's actually
hot.
better than I was having just scones that I got from like Tesco or some shit, cut in half and cooked.
Oh, this was something else, and then they give you the cream and shit and all that, and I was like, damn, this is fancy.
Yeah, when you get it from like a proper cafe, it's nice. It's well nice.
This place was like, and see, the interior was proper like nice. I don't know what that building used to be. Maybe it's always been a cafe, but it was pretty fancy. I should go there again, but I'd need to not be.
You need to go there.
Yeah, I'd need to go there.
You need to leave the house.
Yeah, do I leave my house? And you have a shower and bathe and put clothes on or something.
Hygiene.
I sit here butt naked. There you go. Simmering in the filth that is my bodily fluids. And on that note, let's carry on. I came across the Hatter and Rabbit having a tea party during a stroll through the Arkanai Minobe Kingdom. They would always drink tea in whatever open spaces they could find in the thicket of giant mushrooms.
How do they get their like table and all that stuff?
Yeah, this is what I was wondering. The pair held their elegant tea parties on a large table covered by a tablecloth. I would join in on them if I ever happened across one. Okay.
働くってのは誰かの奴隷になるってこと。自分の自由と尊厳をお金に変えるなんて人間幸福だよ。
You know, I can't disagree.
No. The whole point of those shitty green papers is that it represents work that you can transfer for other bullshit.
It represents work, does it?
It represents an amount of work. And
no, it doesn't. It represents bollocks, and you know it.
Mate, shut it. Ask your brother the economics, right? I started reading, what's his face? There's some Scottish dude that wrote like a book in economics that people refer to. I started reading it. Adam something.
Smith, Adam
yeah.
Smith, something like that.
I started reading his thing, and that's what he was saying, so shut it, right? I read a book, and it was a Scotsman, so it must be legit.
I love that flimsy logic right there.
And that's the logic I live on, right? Sum it.
The philosophy of your life.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, though, isn't it? You work, and you get a thing that represents it, and then you can trade. Just like back in the day, you trade things for things.
It represents some measure of worth. Just what that measure of worth isn't exactly agreed upon.
So that's the problem: is what they think you're worth, and how much green slips they give you for it, and then what that greens, and then it gets more complicated because that piece of
it also slip ain't of paper fucking could green be here, is it? It's purple.
Whatever that your slip colour. Of paper. My color, yeah, actually it is.
Purple, man. The 20 quid note is purple. 50, no one uses it unless you're a drug dealer.
People don't accept the hundreds nowadays.
There are hundreds?
No, in Scotland, you get £100 notes.
Oh, okay, right. No,
I think it's only a Scottish thing. Just like you used to only get pound notes in Scotland as well. They don't do them anymore.
They accept 50 quid notes here, but you don't see it every day. And when you do, people look up at you and they're like, why the fuck are you paying me in 50s? Where's the 20s? Actually, people don't pay in cash anymore anyway. They just get the contactless out and there you go.
Ah, that's better, isn't it? Use the card and use your bank. Your bank are never going to go against you and just fucking freeze your account for no reason.
Fuck me, I swear to you, like, it's too easy to spend money with contactless because you don't realize how much you're spending.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That is the point. I've got, luckily on the app, I have my banking app. It gives me a notification whenever I spend on the card, the debit card.
Yeah,
thing.
Same, yeah.
So at least
but that's
I can
a new
see
thing
it.
For me. I didn't have that until this year.
Yeah, that's relatively new for me as well. But the thing is, right, it's all fucking imaginary. It's even more imaginary than the slips of paper. At least with the slips of paper, right, you could go somewhere.
It's even more imaginary than this fucking game we're playing.
I mean, yeah, it is. At least this game.
I find more reality in this game.
But like, man, what a world we live in. The thing is, though, right? I've heard like, was it Nigel Farage had his account?
Oh, that is he's having such a bitch fit about Coots denying him the account.
But like, we've had something similar. Like, banks can just basically close your account, and they don't need to give you the reason. And can you imagine that? I mean, you accept terms and conditions all the time.
I would be, I mean, to me, it'd be devastating because I've had one bank account my whole life.
So I know someone who's had an account for more than, I don't know, for a very long time, and all of a sudden, the bank just went, we're closing your accounts. And they're like, why?
That does sound
and
bad.
Like, we don't. So the local branch was like, we don't know, this comes from Central. And then asking Centrals that we can't tell you.
So at that point, like, if you ask me, what happens is someone filed a SAR, suspicious activity report, and then from there they have to look into it because suspicious activity reports are confidential and they don't have to disclose them.
I love that. But you know, from all of that, you're like, what did I do wrong?
So this comes under money laundering, is what I'm talking about.
But judge, jury, and executioner is then the banking's decision, right? Based on that report, and you have no sight into it, and so you can't. I mean, I get that it's thingy, confidential.
I wouldn't be. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, I get the idea. They want to stop money laundering. That's the angle I'm coming at this from. There are other angles as well, right?
I get
but the money laundering angle. I understand.
Yeah.
Until you see how much fucking open money laundering has been committed in this country. To the point where people are calling this, like, you know, the capital to go do fucking money laundering.
Because it targets the middle to lower class.
There you get it, but disproportionately.
Do you know, it's... Anyway, the point is that you are relying, like, with cash, you have it at least in your hand, and if anything goes down, the cash doesn't become void usually, right? Unless someone's taken a note of the, I don't know, the numbers on each note, and they've somehow voided them. Nobody looks at them. But with a card, with an account, right? If everything is online, just takes one SAR, as you say, or one whatever the fuck to like
suspicious activity report. There
you go. Government just needs to think you a bad man, right? Or whatever, and then
it will freeze your account, right? I've handled a few matters like this before, actually, where it's businesses and then they got SAR'd and fucked because their account got closed, frozen. And after it's frozen, after a while, it can be shut down permanently. The first freeze is not permanent.
So there you go.
And it's in that period that you want to fight back as hard as you can because it's not permanent yet.
Well, the instance I'm talking about was a bit different. They said you got 2 months. Fuck off. Well, they didn't say it like that. They said go somewhere else. And we're like, why? I mean, it couldn't be that bad if you tell me to go somewhere else, right? Because there's somewhere they just freeze it straight away. Like, they don't give you the notice. And I was like, what the fuck is this, right? And I was like, wow, do you know what? Fuck this bank. Fuck all banks. Don't have all your accounts with one bank.
Well, you're going to be one of those guys who puts all his money onto his mattress.
No. Don't have all your accounts with one bank, is what I'm saying.
I have all my accounts with one bank.
Don't do that. Have at least another bank. So if anything happens with one...
Do you know what? Actually, this reminds me of something weird that happened to me. Years ago, I thought about this, and I thought, yeah, let's open a second bank account with a different bank.
Yep.
So, you know the mall nearby? It's a large mall, and there's a whole bunch of banks next to each other, right?
Yep.
My bank's there. I thought, you know what? I've been banking with you for a long time. Let's go to the bank on the next floor. So I went to the bank on the next floor. I'm not going to name them. But they're a standard-ass bank. Loads of people use them. They're one of the biggest ones in the country. And I walked in and I said, hi guys, I'd like to open a bank account, please. And they said, do you have a bank account with any other bank? I said, yeah. And they said, we can't open you one. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I know people open multiple bank. At that point, they're just like, we can't open a bank account. I'm like, well, fuck you then.
That's funny because how long ago was this?
Maybe this was just before like lockdown, so maybe like 2019.
Right, so not too far. Do you know what I did? You think I walked into a fucking branch? Man, I don't have branches anywhere near me. I live in the middle of nowhere and they've closed all the
So you went online then?
Ah, fuck yeah. And I was just like, filling the details, bish bash bosh. A couple of weeks later, I got a debit card and shit, and I've got an account. There you go. I mean, I'm not going to fucking... I mean, it didn't specifically say, do you have a bank account somewhere? I was like, fuck yous, I don't care what you say, right? It's not illegal to have more than...
I know it's not illegal. That's why I don't understand why they pushed back.
So they can suck dick, right? That's why you do it online, because you don't have an arsey person making arbitrary rules.
Do you know what? It was probably just some dickhead who didn't want to do the work, yeah.
It's just, yeah, or maybe they don't get as much commission if... I don't even know how... I don't even know why they care. Maybe they thought you wouldn't use the account as much, and therefore you're not as valuable if you have it as a second.
I don't know any... We don't know any bank front stuff, do we?
No. What I would do is just go online, and it's simple as fuck.
Do it that way.
Even to transfer your account, there's like a current
I didn't want to transfer my
I'm
account. I just wanted to open a second one.
I'm saying even if you want to, it's actually relatively easy. There's like a current account transfer function in the UK that most of the big banks support. And what you say is, when I'm transferring a current account, give details of your existing account, and they'll transfer.
And then it'll transfer
all the stuff.
Everything.
Yeah, I think all those
including
standing
like direct
orders
debits and all that.
Yeah, it's really good. So there you go, guys. But also, don't rely on one bank. Don't put all your eggs in one basket for anything, because everyone is full of shit. Anyway, on that lovely tin foil hat rant, let's carry on. Cha 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 cha.
Thank you, Rabbit.
Yeah, you do. I mean, wait, no.
Sure thing, little miss paper plates.
I mean, you can go in the dole in this country.
That's not gonna get you much.
No, it doesn't, but it really doesn't. Like, it only helps if you
not even enough to fucking eat these days.
It only helps, I feel, if you're like at the bottom of the barrel and you have nothing, right? You're like more or less homeless and all that. If you can get a place and like that will help. But if you have any expenses, yeah, I know, you can get put in a queue to get a house. Yeah,
to get a council flat, which you still have to pay rent for.
How do you pay rent for it if you have no job? Do you not get benefits?
There you go.
No, but there must be like, because people do it. I mean, people complain about people on the benefits.
People complain about it. Look at the fucking systems.
Well, the systems in the last
few
years. I've done
work for people on systems.
The economy's in the UK is becoming a third world economy.
It is a third world economy. It's not even like becoming. You go around, right? Go actually talk to people and see how fucking miserable they are.
Oh no, I mean, what are you talking about? I can't tell because I'm already miserable. I mean, even if I had everything in the world, I'd be super miserable, right? So I suppose I don't notice it as much, but it is. Anyway. Yeah.
When you go talk to a layperson, right? Just regular people, even in nice areas, you'll find people who are suffering. It's crazy bad.
Oh, dude, the food. The thing about food banks being a thing, this was not a thing.
I'm not talking about statistics in newspapers. I'm not talking about like stories that you hear about or anecdotes. I'm talking about legit. Go by yourself and talk to people. I've done it quite a bit, and like.
What, you just go around talking to people randomly?
No, just because, I go out when I'm working, right? And when I'm working, I just talk with people, like clients and that. And
all right, so you're talking to your clients and get... Yeah, I'm not going to... What am I supposed to do? Ask us fellow programmer, dude, how's the benefits? Like, it's a bit different. I'll just
go out, talk with people, and when you actually get an idea of what the fucking regular-ass dude on the street is doing, right? They're not doing well for themselves right now.
No, I don't think anyone is. I think the middle class is being hit really hard as well, but like especially the working or lower class,
working to middle class are all fucking suffering hard.
Oh man, but I'm sure the guys in chat come here to listen about economic
the casual
woes.
Flex apparently.
The casual.
Let's carry on with the game. I'm trying to waffle a bit. I get the feeling I know where this story is going, and I'm trying to put it off.
No, we need to get through this. Right.
All right, well, let's suffer it. Let's go.
Nah, that would be a boring life.
I'm still weirded out by her referring to herself as Oira. It's a weird word. I don't hear it anywhere else. Myself. I. It's not watashi, it's not boku, it's not ore, it's Oira.
Myself.
And I've never heard it before this. I've never heard it before this game.
Is she talking to herself about herself in the third person? Like someone going, Ash. If I was to say, Ashmanix is sad right now.
No, because they do that. They say their own name if they're talking in third person. She's not.
But is it the equivalent of that? And like in the English language, you know how that would be weird, right? To start referring to yourself in the third person. Is it the equivalent?
I don't know. I really don't know, because this, like I said, this is a term I've never heard before, and I've learned all the Japanese I know through playing games and watching anime.
Someone said to me, I learned Japanese. I was like, only Japanese I know is through anime, and they're like, yeah, maybe not the best source to learn Japanese. I was like, yeah.
No, I will fucking throw that back and say it's a decent source for learning.
Not the best
because
source.
Not the best, but
that's what they were saying. They don't say they Nani? It's like fucking random fucking shine, baby, shine. Wait, no,
that's you, mate.
I wanna shine, everyone. Shine, shine, shine. Wait, is this Twilight?
Are you really saying that, bruv? I don't think you remember what a shine meant in school.
No, I don't. No, well, not in fucking Scottish school. I don't know what shine means.
There's a blowjob.
Was it a shine?
A shine in my school. That's what people said. I don't know why, but that was one of the slang that we had sort of like to ourselves.
There you go. If you're ever in East London, guys, don't say shine. The Japanese community. Carlbird X says the Japanese community were pretty divided when Sans used Oira instead of Ori or Boku in Japanese translation of Undertale.
They were divided. Interesting.
Ori or Boku. I don't know the Japanese language that well enough. I've not experienced that in a way where I've interpreted the Japanese enough for it to sound weird. Like, I know how something sounds weird when you're used to listening to it or reading it or whatever, but interesting. Anyway, only commoners have to work to eat, huh?
平成日本には働かなくても食えるお貴族様というものがあるんだよ。キッキキキキキ。
Does modern Japan still have plenty of nobles?
I don't know, to be honest.
Being aristocracy is always a dangerous thing, especially when there's a revolution.
No, I'm not going to bring it up now.
What were you going to bring up? Some horrible?
Did you hear that the king has got a 45% pay increase?
I did hear something like that. Why did they give the king a massive...
They haven't given a reason. They just did.
Is it because they're like, oh, he's a proper king, not like the queen we had before. It's a king! King me more money! God. Damn this country.
I don't think you'll find any resistance if you say people like the queen better.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Country bumpkin stereotypes. That's interesting.
Okay.
It's not a dialect, is it? It's not like it's a Kansai dialect or anything, or a Okinawan dialect.
Do you think I can go to my boss tomorrow and be like, boss, can I get a 45% raise the king did?
Mate, he will slap you silly.
No, he'll be like, he wants one as well. The company will just boot us both out. I'm saying not really being in the aristocracy does not mean being dangerous unless you are from the high nobility. Usually lower nobles were just stripped of most of their land and titles. Oh. I mean, that would suck too. But you'd still be alive, so it's not that bad. But yeah, whenever...
We did execute people here quite brutally sometimes, but I don't know if it was
No,
nobles.
but that's what Norm is saying. It's the high nobility, right? The people... Because there's levels of
they'll
nobles,
just be like,
right?
away from here! And that's it,
Yeah, there's levels of nobility, now that Norm brings it up. And you can have high, and then you can get the lower nobles. Like, I know this from my animes, when you see someone that's like in the
Never
nobility.
mind anime, even today. You can look up the orders of the British Empire if you want, and see what people get these days.
You get OB, MB, so orders
MBE
lower,
that, yeah.
MB is a bit higher. What's higher than MB? Knighthood?
Knighthood, full knighthood, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Classism! Yeah!
Democracy, classism.
The UK is a weird place, man. It's like fucking pretending to be a modern country while still propping up the old ways of doing things.
I mean, we still made a mint out of that shit somehow. Not now though, but I don't know. It's a fucking clusterfuck. Let's drown my sorrows away by drinking some coke that might have carcinogenic aspartame in it, and playing some Iwaihime. Yeah, that's okay if your mum and dad does the shitty work of working and paying for you to be a hikikomori. This is also a very Japanese thing, it seems. Like, it's harder in other countries to be able to mooch off of your parents like that. Like, a lot of people just get booted out the house at 18 and stuff like that to, like, do their own thing. What a horrible fucking thing to... That sentence. What are you supposed to do once they're no longer around to feed you?
She's got the right idea.
What the fuck, though? What a way to frame your parents. They're just there to feed you.
She's going against what the fucking rabbit's saying. Was it the rabbit?
I know. Yeah. What one of them said. I get, but it's still the way she's framed that.
It's cynical.
I would have been like, what would you do once your parents have passed away and you're on your own? But she went, what are you supposed to do once they're no longer around to feed you? And I think this is supposed to reflect on her view of her parents, potentially.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is totally is. She's cynical. We've seen this already.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know, if my parents are gone, who's gonna get me my iron brew? I have to just kill myself.
You can get iron brew.
Mate, I have no money. I have no life. Right? I live in my mother's basement. I am the true dude living in mother's basement, unlike mother's basement. Norm says heresy. That's a, do you know what? That's a
not bad idea.
More thought out plan than I thought the rabbit would come up with.
He doesn't have to worry about inheritance tax.
You know, can you... Yeah, inheritance tax sucks, but does it work on the first... Like, see if you have, like, a family home, right?
It's the first, like, 325k or 375k or something like that. It doesn't affect it. And then after that, it's like a 45% rate on the rest of it, I think.
Right, so if you have a property that's over that, because in London, that's quite possible. Yeah. Do you sell the house
Quite possible. Then? Most properties are that more than that. But it won't... most people don't end up paying any inheritance tax because it generally ends up being... that. You add on top of that things like debts and that to deduct from it, so you don't end up reaching the threshold generally, because people still have mortgages and stuff.
Yeah, what if you own the house though? What if you paid it off?
Take the full value, and it's market rate. You can't be like, this house is worth £1.
What if the house was bought like 100 years, like not 100, but you know, like so many years ago?
You take the current valuation.
Wow. So you
have to get a valuation done by an expert.
What if the property just fucking ballooned and you're like, wait, we bought this house for 100k.
Properties have ballooned.
So like now it's worth 300. So the government is now fucking the government is now subject.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. They want to just come and take all this money from people. They're like, fuck yeah, give us that money. You made money under us, bitch.
But I've not made the money because I'm not selling the property, you know? Like, if it's a family... I know. Man.
Yeah, it's not a fucking... It's not... it's a bad system. And one of the good things they're thinking of is that, let's get rid of inheritance tax.
There's no way they're going to get rid of inheritance tax.
They want to. They're
who
bringing
wants
it up.
To?
The government. Have you not heard this?
What? Wait, sorry.
Because it only affects the richer people. That's why they want to get rid of it. The poor people don't pay anything. They don't have property to give inheritance tax for.
Poor people can't afford ridiculous mortgages. This country's
there you are.
I was saying to someone, I was like,
you didn't hear about this, really?
No, fucking... Do you know, to be fair, when was this talked about first? Recently?
Quite recently, like a week ago or something.
Right,
not first. First it was a while ago, but most recently it was talked about like a week or two ago.
So the idea... Well, no, this is not the idea why inheritance tax is there. It's mainly the government just wants your money. But there's a thing where... Do you know if you get super wealthy people and they just pass on their wealth to their children all the time?
Yeah.
What ends up happening is that the wealth of that country gets concentrated in these, like... specific families, and then there's only so much wealth a country has, And if it's always like passed on, it never gets
Yes, I understand the idea of trickling it down and all that bullshit. But it doesn't happen.
I don't think inheritance tax was created for that. I'm pretty sure it's there for just the government to fucking take your shit. But there is that as well, which is but anyway, how the fuck are we talking about inheritance tax?
Because they keep talking about economics and shit over here. Fucking Mad Hatter and the Rabbit.
Do you know, I've got that fucking... It was an ebook I got, Adam Smith. I better continue that book. It was interesting.
Read it. It's good. He's a proper, well-respected economist.
I think he's one of the... like, people refer to him as like one of the fathers of economics or something like that.
Yes. Anyway, Crack Dealer's about to bring up the Italian fingers of making progress.
British people doesn't exist.
We won't soon enough, mate. We'll fold into some other country.
Don't say that. We're just gonna like that meme of that guy going peace out and just disappears.
Disappear.
That's what the UK's gonna be. Sorry, guys.
We'll be the next Atlantis. We'll just disappear under the weight of our own irrelevance.
What are you talking about? Atlantis wasn't that an amazing city that kind of like disappeared under mysterious? We're just gonna disappear under a fucking sea of shit.
That's what I said. No, we'll disappear under the weight of our own irrelevance. Is what I said.
No, yeah, we're different. Atlantis is epic. We're shit. Why would you need a pass? Why would it be called a passport?
Wait, what is she talking about?
Yeah, it's a weird sentence. Before I die, so yeah, and then she's like, I wish I could without working like you had her. And then she said, you got some kind of magical passport, gives you money for free.
Okay, good. It did just come out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Magical passport. I would have just thought magical card or, I don't know,
but like a credit
wallet.
card or something.
Or a wallet or a part. What the fuck is she talking?
まさかまさか魔法パスは日本人では絶対もらえないよ
What the hell?
What?
Suddenly racism.
In Japan itself? What?
Well, she's not in Japan. She's in the Arkanoe Minobe Kingdom.
日本に生まれて一番損なのは日本人
No. Us real Japanese have it the hardest out of anyone in Japan.
What?
What is
happening?
Is it hard to get a passport in Japan as a Japanese person?
What? That shouldn't be hard.
What's going on?
日本を日本人の手に取り戻す日本人への悪口は綺麗な悪口言い返せばヘイだった
What is this? What?
I have no idea.
This is getting weird. This is getting like I feel like I'm watching some like extreme show thingy. Norm's asking, did like the rabbit kidnap her? No, this is her world, so they're all...
This is her imagination sort of world.
Yeah, so she's willingly here.
It's deranged and bullshit.
The Hatter knew a lot of complicated stuff, but sometimes I didn't understand a word he was saying.
I'm thinking they have to be representative of people in real life.
Who the hell's the Hatter then?
I have no idea.
What type of weirdo would like spew shit about Japan? We need Nippon Banzai. Nippon is the greatest, but if you say that, you get cancelled and all this shit. I can't imagine anyone that Kanai would know unless she had an older sibling, but they've never mentioned that, and I don't think she does.
I don't think she does either. I'm pretty sure she lives by herself with a mum.
Sorry, Norm just said this rabbit reminds me of how Hitler came to power. What? No, I think you're talking about the Hatter. It's the Hatter that's talking just now, saying about passports and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Hitler came to power under the... What were they called? They weren't called the Nazis at the time. It was like some socialist
National Socialist Party.
Yeah, and then, you know, I was watching something about this, and they killed all their, like... See, there was people that were, like, against Hitler and his group. Because you know how there's subgroups, right, within a group? And there were some against what the more harder line guys were doing, and then they were like offed. They were assassinated. So even within their own group.
You want to trace the curve down to fascism?
No, I mean, like, it's just fascinating. Like, early on, before the gloves came off, right, before the mask came off, before they came into power, they were doing all of these fucking super, like, this is like red flags everywhere within their own thing. And it's alleged that there was a great fire at I can't remember what the parliament is called. Is called in Germany, but there was a great fire there, and they kind of blamed it on. Did they blame it on immigrants, or they blamed it on like people against the government? But allegedly, it was them that set it up so that they could find an excuse to like blame some other people and take power. And I'm like, man, oh the Reichstag, yeah, Norm, yeah, it's fascinating, and it's interesting how they don't talk about these things, because I feel like the lead up to gaining power for these type of like extreme groups that like, I mean, you know what happened in World War II, like they don't talk about this lead up, because this is the thing that how they get into power is something that you should learn about, all the flags, because if it's going to happen again, it's going to be similar steps, but they never talk about it. It's just they were big, bad and evil, and I don't know. I feel like we never learn our lessons in history, but that everyone knows that. What I did know was he was in an enviable social status, which permitted him to have tea parties every day. Wait, this guy's super rich. Unfortunately, my Arkanai Minobe kingdom was totally broke. I thought we were in her kingdom.
They're still broke. You don't have to be outside of the kingdom for it to be broke.
We were basically in permanent bankruptcy. I had to play along with that disgusting Ssech king in order to rebuild it. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
Oh, do you know what? I see the parallels now. Remember, her mum is fucking poor as shit, right?
Yeah, but who's the Ssech king then?
Clearly some kind of figure in her life. And if he's bringing in money to the house... Boyfriend, maybe. Boyfriend of the mum.
Where's the dad? They've not mentioned the dad.
She's single. The mum's a single mum. Don't know what happened to the dad. Maybe he died, maybe he ran away. I don't know. I'm just going by my memories. I might be a bit wrong. But my theory now is the Ssech king is clearly some guy in her life. Possibly a mum's boyfriend, or maybe a stepfather even. I don't know. And this nightmare scenario in the Alice in Wonderland bullshit is clearly based on the shit that's going on. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say I was looking up that Steam thing we were talking about, Dark Souls. I did get it at a discount. It was about it was about 18 quid, which is cheaper. It's not cheap, but a lot cheaper than it is now. Yeah, let's carry on. I don't like where this is going. Okay.
Does he really? You seem like you're getting your ass handed to you.
No, but it's not. She's talking about the Mad Hatter, not the Ssech King.
I thought she's talking about the Ssech King.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then how did she lose to him last time?
Yeah. This is getting a lot more insidious with my interpretation.
Wait, yeah, shit. I'm just, I was like, fuck. Bad stuff like this happened before. What was it? It was Iwaihime as well. It was just a different story.
What do you mean bad stuff happened? It's the same character. It happened to her.
No, I was thinking, I feel like this is giving me PTSD or something. I was like, oh no, it's the same game.
Have you blacked out the Ssech King
scene? Because not the Ssech King scene, right? I'm talking about when we were learning about Toei, right? And all that.
Oh, well, that was also bad.
Yeah, it was this type of reveal, and then Tsubakiko.
It's all been bad. Nothing good has happened apart from the ending for Tsubakiko that we got last time.
No. I was just like, I forgot about that. No, I didn't forget about it, but I was like, fuck. I was playing another game that was this bad. Wait. No, it was this game. Oh, shit.
It was this game. We've been playing this for a while. It's been a constant fucking nightmare.
Oh, fuck.
Apart from that one chapter when we were really enjoying Mutsu and
Suzunomi, yeah.
In the beginning, anyway, and then that became a fucking nightmare as well.
Oh my god, we got a nightmare seeing him upside down. Oh my god.
Anyway. He got cut in half, man. It was horrible.
From the ball first. That was fucked. I don't think that was real though, because he had kids. He was able to punch shit. So I didn't mean that to say. I didn't mean to. I just meant that he lived long enough to have kids. I realized how that came across, but yeah. And I think he grew old.
I don't know,
because he had to teach his kid to do the punch technique shit.
Yeah.
So,
you're right. He had to have lived.
So Norm is saying, no, like Crackdeer is saying, we don't know what happened to her father. Norm's saying her father probably died. Crackdeer saying it's the bad game. Yeah. Norm goes, Hatter wants to genocide certain people. Really reminds me of Hitler.
I wouldn't describe that solely to Hitler, because there have been all kinds of genocidal maniacs throughout history.
Oh, look at
he's a very famous example, though.
Communist Russia. They killed more of their own people than people were killed in World War II, I think. Like 60 million Russians ended up dying under the communist regime. And it's like one of those things that people... Like, that's like...
Another thing people don't talk about?
They don't talk about it too much. A lot of people know about it, but it was like super bad, man. It was like... Anyway. Look, I just want to note, he said, all female high school students are princesses. They're precious just for existing.
Wait, why do you say that?
Because he is... he's Dodge. Where's the FBI? What the fuck?
Poop factories.
What? What the fuck, Rabbit? Fuck
Carry
off.
Carry on.
Yes, that is true. And unfortunately,
I feel like that's just like corroborated with the Riryo story.
Yeah, hers is more extreme though. But it is that thing where, on average, right, as a guy, you're not really worth much until you're maybe a bit older and you have something to show for it. But as a girl, people find you, just in general as well, with women and men, people give you more, less attention, be more fearful of you.
Mate, we should totally watch that Barbie movie sometime.
I try not to, I don't want to watch anything that tells me about it, but I've heard people saying
it's impossible.
things.
I have basically seen like people complain about the entire plot in one paragraph.
I need to watch it.
I get the idea of what it's about, and it sounds hilarious to watch at least.
So I've not had time this week, but I need to.
Nah, my brother and I are focusing on watching Oppenheimer instead. We're gonna watch that next week.
I'm gonna
this
try
week
and
I'm gonna watch Mission Impossible.
I can't watch that. I've not watched the other ones. I don't know which ones I've missed.
It doesn't matter. No, actually, it does matter.
Yeah, no, I don't want to. No, I'm not gonna. Oh, too many movies. I'd kind of like to watch Oppenheimer, but I'm more interested in Barbie because it seems interesting.
My brother and I are actually into the idea of watching Oppenheimer. Barbie is not one we'd watch in the cinema. I would watch it like later, like when it gets like a streaming
just walk
release
in
or something.
on your own, right? I'd be like,
I wouldn't mind, but I can't be asked.
I'm gonna ask a friend if I can go with them or something. I need some sort of camouflage. Norm says the Soviet Union didn't really kill its people. It was a famine caused by the effects of the Russian Civil War, where eventually there wasn't enough grain to feed the population, so they would only feed a certain amount. Ah, yes. But they caught the effects of Russian. Yeah, the Civil War didn't help, but it's like still pretty bad regime. But even then, we don't seem to focus on how we got to that position. Even with like World War II and the Nazis, they don't really teach you about how they came to power, do they? They just talk about what they did, and I'm like, we should probably learn how to like not let these type of people come into power again, because it will happen again. Because that's what history's about. Like, you don't just have World War II wasn't the only time where bad people came in and just massacred specific people. But anyway, we're doomed to repeat history. Let's just watch us on stream and forget about it. Just consume videos. Should be fine. What's Kanai saying?
男以上にチェックメイトさね。
What? Guys check me at every other turn. Check me in what way?
いいじゃん、チヤホヤしてもらえるんだからさ。
Yay, short term
男
thinking.
なんてマジ人生ハードモード。イケメンに生まれなかったら人生丸ごと罰ゲーム。
He actually said hard mode.
I say that. I like saying that, living life in hard mode. But
He also said Batsu game, punishment game.
well, no, I mean the translation here has alpha male, and I'm like, yeah, baby, this person.
Oh wait, that was the Hatter. I thought that was the rabbit for some reason.
No, it's the Hatter.
I want to know if Kanae is even following this chat. She doesn't seem like she is.
The Nazis mostly, sorry, no, I'm saying Nazis mostly came to power because of the economic and social unrest, the religions, and because of the harsh treaties imposed on them.
Regions.
Yes. So, sorry, regions. Treaty of Versailles. So that's one of the things I remember talking to a guy at work about this, that they were in such they were so fucked economically after World War One that it was like Zimbabwe, right? They were they were writing extra zeros onto the notes as they were printing them because they were worthless, and the economy was fucked. And so they had nowhere to go. And what happens when you are desperate? You go to the fucking most extreme person.
Go to the con man.
Yeah, you go to the person who tells you the things that you want to hear because you have no other options. And to be fair, and this is the scary thing I say about the Germany after World War One, they were able to be a significant threat to Europe within a generation of war after having economic fucking destruction after World War One. And that's kind of scary. How the fuck did they do that, right? That's kind of like, that doesn't usually happen, right? Usually extreme things happen, but you don't become an economic superpower and threaten the fucking world.
Well, it happened.
Yeah, and that's actually interesting as well. And they developed, so the technology was fucking off the charts for certain things, like the rocket technology they had. And I've said this before, but the V2 rocket technology they used after World War II, the Americans and the Russians had a scramble for German scientists. And basically it was V2 rocket technology that the space race sounds better, that the space race started on. So all the early rockets were based on V2 rockets that the Nazi German scientists had developed. That was on What You Should Know. Was it What You Should Know? There was a podcast I used to listen to years back that was really good.
Stuff You Should Know.
Stuff You Should Know. That's really cool. Anyway.
そんなことないでしょう。働きもせずに毎日お茶会ができるお貴族様なんて無敵モードっしょ。
That is true.
そうそう、俺たち平成貴族。
What?
I mean, you can just pay for you can pay for friends and pay for everything, to be fair, if you're rich. I mean, it's not the best way to live life, but if you have money.
毎日がお茶会。なんでもない日万歳。キーキャキャキャ。
Banzai! I suppose one couldn't help turning into an idiot when all they did was have tea parties all day. However, I envied them. It wasn't like I wanted to be rich. I just wanted the stability and peace to be able to have ordinary tea parties every day like them. She's so poor that she can't brew herself a cup of tea at least.
You know, I remind you, paper plates.
She had PTSD over paper plates that they reuse. What was it? The fucking oh my god.
They're so poor that the mum gets paper plates and reuses them.
Which is weird because it would be cheaper technically to just have normal plates and reuse them.
And she hates it because the paper peels off. It's cheap ass paper, so it just ends up making the food taste like paper.
It's mad because I'm pretty sure you can buy 2 plates, right? And over the long run, it's cheaper to just use them than reuse. I don't know. Anyway, Norm said they had to pay 21 billion marks, or about 141 trillion. Ooh. Yeah, history. If possible, I also wanted to be a noble free from the burden of work. But the Hatter wouldn't tell me how to become one. I don't think you can just
He's
become...
not! Here's the thing. You can say he's a noble who's just having tea all day. Or you can say he's a hobo who does fuck all.
I mean, he looks alright for a hobo. Looks well cleaned and shaved.
What are you talking about? I suppose there's that, but he looks like a fucking hobo to me.
Mate, I mean, he's wearing a suit. We don't know what he looks like from the front, but he's at least doesn't smell.
Well, let's carry on.
And the rabbit could only be a shut-in because he had parents who would feed him. The Arkane Midomi Kingdom doesn't have it so lucky. Seriously, what would that guy do when his parents died? Was he really planning to kill himself? No.
Isn't he?
But he's not planning to kill himself. It's easy to say that when you're not in the situation. And
what about when you are in this situation?
I don't think you'd have the guts to do it. Can I... In her situation, it's almost a curse to be a pretty young girl for certain reasons, which we're probably going to find out about. I couldn't do that. I could never kick back and relax knowing it would all go to ruin someday. Well, guess my only choice was to save up money as best as I could.
ねえ帽子やそろそろもったいぶらずに教えてよどうやったら魔法パスもなしに働かずにずーっと食べていけるわけ
I don't know why she thinks of a magic passport. Norm says...
The word passport is throwing me off a lot.
Yeah, why are they using... why is it translated as to passport? Are they talking about a passbook? Like, you know, what do you call those books? No, that's what you put money in.
I call it a bank book.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they're talking about. It's a weird translation.
An account book.
But yeah...
An accounts book or it's not a checkbook, but yeah.
Yeah, it was like you'd update that. You get it updated when you took money out, right?
I don't understand that.
It was an old stuff. This was ancient fucking back in the day.
I know it's ancient. I saw my dad break out one of those fucking books. I'm like, what the fuck's that? He's like, this is the accounts book. I'm like, it's a book. How do you say account? Like, how do you do your accounts on that? Like, if you go draw some money,
they put it in a print on it. Or
they literally print on it. Yeah, and I'm like, that's so fucking
because you
bizarre.
didn't have the internet, mate.
I know, but I'm like,
we had to make do somehow.
Yeah, but I was asking my dad, like, why are you using this today? We have the fucking internet.
Does he go with the store and he gets it
He
printed
still has that. He still has that.
Did they print on it? How the fuck did he print on it?
They still have that to print on. I'm like, what the fuck, really?
Does he fax his requests for bank transfers?
I would not allow that. I would not allow that. If he got a fax machine, I would toss it away, and you know.
Oh my days!
Like you know the scene in fucking Office Space where they go and destroy the printer.
No,
like,
I've not seen that. I've seen that. I think I've seen the scene, but I've not watched that movie.
You should watch that movie. My brother and I watched the movie. It's freaking great.
Have you worked in a traditional office with the cubicles? I have.
No,
well, not traditional, but I have worked in an office.
Not in the cubicles, no.
Yeah. Norm's saying, I think Hatter smells. Look at how his mouth is open. I bet his stinky breath is now all in the air. One thing I'll say, Norm, is if Hatter had smelly breath and smell, Kanai would have pointed that out straight away, because I feel like women are very, very quick to pick up on that and make it known, even in their own thoughts.
Yeah, women have a lower tolerance for weird smells and stuff.
Oh, mate, to be honest, I have it as well, right? Because I'm used to my own smell, which is fine. I'll probably stink. But when I go
Everyone's used to their own smell, man.
Yeah, when I go out and I smell someone, I'm like, ah! I don't want to be reminded of back in the day when I was at uni. Ugh, smell. Fucking bathe. I mean, look, water is, like, it doesn't cost too much to have a shower, and most houses have some sort of bathing room in them. Use it. But anyway, I suppose people just have issues bathing. Crack Dealer says, doesn't Japan actively use them? Use what? Oh shit, maybe they still use those fucking passbook things, or whatever the hell they're called, accounting books. Because I remember, who was it? I don't know if it was one of the Trash Chase guys or someone talking about Japan. They still use like stamps to like sign things, like stamps of your family name. To like sign stuff. You still use that for things in Japan. So yeah.
The little stamp thing, yeah. I actually watched a few more episodes of Oshinoko, and they were using the stamp thing in that to sign the contracts. So yeah.
Did they? Fuck, I don't remember that. Wait, Oshinoko's finished, hasn't it?
It's finished season 1. There'll be a season 2. I'm about halfway through season 1 now.
Dollar X is saying hatters were thought to go mad from mercury poisoning. Yes, because you used to use mercury to shape the hats, was it not? That's why they
Really?
used to say it as mad as a hatter. Yeah, they used to use liquid mercury to do something to do with shaping the hats or something.
And then
right?
it'd seep into their heads then, wouldn't it?
No. Well, no, because a hatter would be like like
The person
with
making the
hands,
hat.
Yeah, would be putting their hands in liquid mercury. Or
What
keeping
the
it. Yeah, because they didn't realize. Did you know that when X-rays first became a thing, they used to like X-ray your feet for like shoes and things. They used to like X-ray you for everything because they didn't realize how
bad
bad it
X-rays
was
were.
for your
Yeah.
if you overthinking. Yeah. Norm says, "Isn't Mad Hatter a DC villain ally? Maybe. No, he's
I
a villain
think so.
He's a Batman villain. I know because I'm rewatching the Batman animated series, and he's in there.
I've heard about it in like one of the Arkham games because they have like a sort of encyclopedia in the game,
It's the Rogues Gallery.
the Rogues Gallery,
Yeah.
and I'm fairly certain the Mad Hatter shows up in one of them. Not in the game, but like mentioned.
It's funny, like in the animated series, he's this dude that's just like in love with he's a scientist dude, and he's in love with like I don't know the secretary girl in the office or something. But she's got a boyfriend. He's like, I could do better than that, and I'm like, and that kind of puts him down a path, which then gets him in trouble, and he becomes a supervillain. It's like I feel for you, mate, but just leave it.
それは言えない貴族の秘密
Norm says no, but he sometimes teams up with Batman. Really? I didn't know that. Crackdeer saying, I'm on episode 1, finish a conversation. Wait, what?
Finish this. Yeah. We'll still be on the CG by the end of it if we keep this up.
親が死んで使い切れないほど遺産がどっさり
To be honest, I'm curious about this about some people as well.
親は死んでません寝たきりです
Why do you say that so
それを
happily?
毎日看病して世話してるから俺すっごい親孝行なんよ
Wait, is he cashing her social security checks or something?
I think he's basically just taking her accounts over.
帽子屋は本当に偉いね帰省してる俺とは大違いだぜ
No.
せいぜい平民どもは俺を羨ましがるといいよ
What the fuck? I do a good thing, now kiss my boots for it. No.
エリス姫紅茶のおかわりは
Oh yeah, she's called Ellis.
ストップ
Alice Kohime.
ちょっとおしっこ行ってくる
Okay. That's not very
How very
ladylike.
princessy.
I was like, I've got to go take a leak. I mean, I admire for that. That's how I'd say. I've got to take a piss.
I think I remember saying that on one of the streams. I'm like, time for a piss break. And I just went.
The worst bit if you just like said time for a piss break and they just hear you pissing into a ball. You don't even mute the mic. And it's like, oh shit, right? What? That one overflowed a bit. I'll just put that to the side next to the other 5 that are just sitting there.
Whoa! Red alarm! Red alarm! It's not stopping! I'm out of. God, fuck!
Oh, do you know there are some people that must do that in super long streams?
No, I don't know about streamers, but I've seen gamers who have the fucking bottles. I'm like, fucking hell! Get.
Truck drivers have to do that sometimes if they're not near a stop and need a piss.
To be
yeah.
fair, like fucking.
I've never had to do it myself.
I've complained about this before, but like, you know, in London, there's like almost no fucking toilets anywhere. I've complained about this before on stream.
Mate, I remember I was with you. And you need to go for a piss and you just stop the car in the middle of London.
Oh yeah, when I was taking you and your brother back to the train station, I ran into that fucking
pissed to the fucking construction site.
Yeah, that was fucking great. That one.
Right,
I was dying.
Cat just like stop ranting at every 5 dialogue, and Norm says too late. Right, anyway, let me guess. You're wondering if there's really a bathroom in the Magical Kingdom's mushroom forest? No, not really.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if there was.
Well, the answer is yes. See? There's a door in that huge mushroom there.
Alright, I can't wait for this.
The door says bathroom on it, right? Why are we going into detail about this? Okay then. Gotta take care of my business.
すっきりした
That's bullshit. It's never that fast. Fucking
Thank God. No, thank God they didn't fucking concentrate on that.
I was getting worried there. Like there's a lot of like.
I was getting a bit worried as well. I'm like, are we just gonna watch her take a piss or something?
God, this is gonna be like Kiss Excess. What the fuck? And if you know that...
Garlic Bread X says nothing bad is going to happen. Yeah.
Boy, was this refreshing. Nothing like the great outdoors to make you feel alive. There's nothing like, I swear there's almost nothing like taking a piss when you are absolutely bursting and being able to relieve yourself, and the feeling afterwards, it's like I'm on cloud 9.
I don't know about the feeling afterwards. Like, it's just like during the piss when you're dying to piss. I'm just like, nah.
Oh, but when you walk away and you feel so light, it's floaty. It's like, because you've been sitting there in pain trying not piss yourself for ages beforehand. Oh, yeah. All right, time to go back to that crazy tea party. Also, tea makes me pee more. I think it must make everyone else pee here more too. Truth be told, I guess I was getting sick of their conversation. Besides, they would just make me drink more of that tea. I decided to take a little walk first before returning and say I'd waged war in that bathroom. Okay.
世界は暇だね。だが、
Don't wish for
そ
excitement.
れがいい。キリ。
There is a old, I believe this is a Chinese curse. I might be wrong. This might be one of those like famously wrong things, but it's like, may your life be interesting or something like that. Oh, I fucked it up. But there is like a thing where they kind of curse you by saying, may your life be like an interesting one. Because a quiet life, a simple life, is one where there's no war, none of that shit. You just kind of like, everything's fine. An interesting one is where usually horrible shit happens. And
I just had like a vivid sort of imagined scene of a Chinese guy running away from a fight, like, you know, losing a fight, saying, I hope I see you in a history book.
so random.
Yeah, I know. It's
幸せとかハッピーエンドとか、そういうのはどうでもいいんだよね。
I like her cynicism, but I don't.
I mean, I like her cynicism as well. It's just I also know where it comes from.
Yeah, I don't like where it's aimed at. I don't know.
暇で退屈で、どうでもいい日常が繰り返せる平和が欲しいだけ。
Yeah, and with a bit of happiness. Unfortunately, if you get the normal, boring, and peaceful, you want a bit of happiness there as well. Wait. That meant I really was a perfect fit for the Mad Hatter and March Hare's tea party.
March Hare, huh? That's weird.
Why was it the crazy types always took to me?
Because you're crazy as well.
If it's always crazy people that you attract, maybe you're the crazy one. Was it because I was a good listener, or did I have this scent that drew them to me? No, I think it's because you're a young woman, and they sound like incels. So I don't want to be harsh, right? I mean, I know my own. It's okay. I know my own people, right? But I'm just saying that, like, do you know how they're just like, to be a guy, an alpha male, blah blah blah, and I was like, what the fuck? And then the other one's like, I'm a neat.
I can't believe you.
But like, I'm a neat, right?
You're going in extra hard with the self-owns today.
Whatever, right? But like, no, I mean, they're painting the picture here, right? And the reality is that you're an anime girl, so this is in all anime. Unless you're like Watamote, you're going to have some sort of attraction.
God, that ending sucked.
What, to Watamote?
The Watamote anime.
I need to watch it again. I just remember
they
it being...
pulled a fucking GTO ending on that shit. I'm like, what? The manga was way better.
I should probably read it one day. I turned around to go back to the party when suddenly I noticed a mushroom with a sliding door.
A mushroom, you say?
Huh?
Sorry.
Was there always a mushroom house there? I was in Wonderland after all. All it took was a little curiosity for a new adventure to begin. Still, it was funny to see something as Japanese as a sliding door here. I feel like sliding doors are not Japanese, but she's probably talking about a specific type of sliding door.
Have you not seen the sliding doors?
Yeah, but like the sliding door is not doesn't. I know what she's talking about. It just felt weird saying something is Japanese as a sliding door.
She's not thinking about like a fucking double glazed door, right? She's thinking about the ones in Japan, the ones that have like paper windows or some shit.
The one that goes.
Yeah.
Upon closer inspection, I noticed something that further piqued my interest. The edges of the door were duct taped. Oh no, this ain't good. Normally, you couldn't lock Japanese sliding doors, yet here was a clear declaration they didn't want anyone going inside.
これはお宝の予感がするね。
What?
Surely you've heard the adage that curiosity killed the cat.
But the cat has 9 lives, baby. But also, if there's a sign there saying don't fucking go in, you should probably not go in. But
こんなの
whatever.
剥がしちゃえ。ビリビリ。
Beady beady. It was just
Just put a button then that says press here, you dumb fuck.
what, and like a fucking punching glove, like a box of gloves comes out of nowhere and punches you in the face. It was just like cheap packing tape from a 100 yen shop.
Oh, Poundland.
Oh my god, is Poundland still a thing? You can't get shit for £1 now, man.
Poundland is still a thing. If Poundland went out of business, I feel like Ashens would riot.
But they're not £1. I bet you everything isn't £1. There used to be a place called Yes,
Do you know what?
Everything's £1.
Do you know what? I will go to Poundland sometime and check, see what's going on over there.
You should
I
start
haven't been
doing
to Poundland
Ashen
in
style
ages.
reviews of shitty stuff.
Nah, man, what's the point? Ashens has done it. It's his thing.
True. It had totally lost its adhesivity. Fucking hell. Making it a cinch to tear off.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah. With that, there was nothing in my way. The treasure was mine. Wait. Is this the rabbit's home?
No.
Yeah, because he's the neat.
Wait, the rabbit is the one who's saying he's Japanese, right?
I think they're both Japanese. But the
Alright,
rabbit is the neat, and the Mad Hatter is the one taking care of his mum.
Okay.
A stale stench leaked out the moment I opened the door. What's more, the floor of the small room was invisible under a thick layer of garbage bags, supermarket bags to be exact, bursting with trash. What I don't get is, like, in animes and all that where they show like a neat room and it's full of like garbage bags, it's like you had the effort to put garbage into bags. Why the fuck?
Take the bags out.
Just chuck it out the fucking door or something. Like, why could you not just take it out? It just seems weird. Like, if you had to. Anyway.
お宝の山じゃなくてゴミの山か。
God, do you remember Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter or whatever, however you pronounce it?
Right.
And at the end of one of the arcs, they went into a really messy room and there was a guy there.
No, I can't remember.
Yeah, his room was messy without the without the bin bags. It was just like
Rubbish
messy.
everywhere.
Yeah, rubbish everywhere. So that's the manga author.
Was it?
Apparently, he actually lives like that.
Oh no.
You surely know that Hunter x Hunter is always on hiatus.
Yes.
People make the joke that he says he's ill or something. People make the joke that he's just playing Dragon Quest. So he got married, I think, to the author of Sailor Moon as well.
Oh, you. Yeah, and she's like quite an like, it's not. I don't know what he looks like. I think he's normal looking, but I was like, wait, you found another manga author who like looks quite attractive, and she seems really cool. Does she not cosplay and shit?
Probably.
Yeah, and I'm just like, how did this dude do that? Because I think you told me this before that he was a bit of a slob.
Yeah.
If he can get someone, I can too. Maybe I'll marry a manga author. Oh wait, and do you think there are many in Scotland? Maybe not.
You'll have to find someone.
Hello.
Just go
with a sign.
Just go.
Looking for a
just
manga
go
author.
skulk around the Forbidden Planet.
Wait, have you seen the people? I feel like manga authors in here are a little bit different. the type of manga authors you get in Japan. Just anyway, I shouldn't typecast. I'm a fucking anime degenerates fan, so whatever.
でも騙されないぞ。こういうのはダミーって決まってるのだ。
Oh come! What the fuck is this cope? I stepped forward, undaunted by the pile of trash.
Can I share something? You just reminded me with the word degenerate. Right? Can I share something that I've learned earlier today?
Okay.
So, you know Street Fighter 6?
Yeah. Oh.
You know Jury. And
the
you know,
I saw.
and you
on
know how
Twitter-
she's aligned with a particular fetish.
I saw something on Twitter about this, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, I think you've seen what I've seen as well. So some people were so put off that they modded shoes for her.
They gave her what, Nike Air Ones or something.
Like, yeah.
And I was looking at this going, and then people were just like, "You should die," right? People who have a certain persuasion. And I was just
went,
and I was
it
thinking,
just went mad. I saw that thread. I was like, "What the fuck's happening?"
and I was looking, going, "Wait, have they modded? Is this a change for the main game, or is this just a mod?"
For a second, I thought it's like some kind of collaborative DLC or something. I'm like,
I
wait,
thought
are they
it was just
teaming up with Nike to do trainers or something?
No, for a second,
No.
I thought it was a permanent change that Capcom had done, right? And I said,
Nah,
oh. But then I was like, why are people so pissed, right? Who gives a fuck? It's a random mod. Don't add it, right?
Yeah.
And then, but some people are just like, yeah, fuck those people. I hate being able to see our feet if it's gross. And then people are like, but Ryu and Ken and all that, you can see their feet or whatever, or they wear sandals. And it's like, yeah, but they're not sexualized. And I was just like, who?
Yeah, they are.
But who cares even? But who cares, right?
Are you telling me Ryu is not a sexy man? Bollocks.
No, but the feet aren't as... I don't know, right? I don't care. And I was just like, why are you so... I don't know, man. Maybe people just keep, like, trolling about it and it pisses people off. But I was just like, this doesn't do anything.
This was the most
mod.
fucking random argument. Yeah.
Wait, what's Garlic Bread said? They are, though. What are?
They are.
What are?
All characters in fighting games are sexualized.
Yeah.
The guys are hot. The girls are hot.
I don't know.
Why?
Right?
Because they're all athletic.
But
apart from there was a bit of a trend a while back where you had fat characters.
There was one
like
Tekken.
Bob and Rufus. Yeah, Bob. There was Bob in Tekken, and then in Tekken Tag 2, you had Slim Bob as well.
Yeah, like at the end of his... If he did his route in the story thing, he'd become slim at the end or something in one of the games.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that was the beginning of Slim Bob or if that was.
But you could play as Slim Bob, and he was a separate character to regular Bob.
Nice. But I don't know, man. People like I'm just like, well, someone 3D modeled the shoes and they look pretty good, and I was just like,
I'm willing to bet he got the model from somewhere else.
But remember, like the thing about feet, right, is it's quite polarizing. There are some people that absolutely hate seeing feet.
I get that, but I don't understand. Well, the sheer effort to just get in there.
Because it would get you clout though as well. I don't know. There's a lot of people going, yeah.
True, we're talking about it.
Yeah. And you know what? It's pretty cool to model something that then gets taken as a mod and added to a game that other people can use. That's pretty cool.
But I'm fairly certain someone pointed out that the shoes were too big as well.
Yeah, her feet
Then
are
again,
too big
Street
though.
Fighter, yeah.
So like...
No, but I told you, in Street Fighter, the hands and feet are bigger
yeah.
for readability of the attacks.
But like, yeah, so the shoes are going to just cover her feet, so they're always going to be too, quote-unquote, too big. But anyway.
Carrying on.
My instincts were screaming to me there was treasure hidden in this garbage.
What? Is she going to go through the fucking bin bags?
She's going to go through his cum rags. Enjoy. Only one way to find out what it was. What, you think
Wait,
it's
why
the
the hatter?
hatter's room? Okay.
魔法パスもなく親の遺産も貯金もなくなのに毎日お茶会して過ごせる秘密がきっとここにあるはず
Why would he
Mate,
put
no,
it in
you're
a bag?
talking about him not having an inheritance, but he said he looks after his mum who's bedridden. That tells me that he has access to her accounts.
Maybe
If
she's
his
not.
mum's bedridden, he's probably got some kind of power of attorney which allows him access to the accounts.
This is reminding me of a certain character who was jailed recently for certain things. And I don't want to... Anyway. And so I tossed them all aside. Inside the garbage bags were empty cans of potato chips and snacks, as well as empty convenience store lunchboxes.
Sounds typical.
The stench was caused by sauces and such that had stuck to the lunchboxes.
Sounds typical.
これ式でくじけるものか。
This won't kill my vibe.
That's an interesting sentence.
That's an interesting thing. Yep, fair enough. I threw out the garbage bags one after another until I could finally see the floor. Oh, there you go. Nice striped thingies. I suppose that finishes the outfit.
Stockings.
Stockings, that's what they're called. Oh well. A futon? Why would the Hatter use a bedroom with a futon all laid out as a garbage dump? No, hold on. The futon had to be more camouflage. The secret of the treasure had to be inside. I would finally learn the source of this noble wealth.
My god, it's just a futon. Hey,
Why
what?
is it? Why are we closing in Ryukushi?
What?
I pulled
Read
back
the sentence.
I pulled back the covers and found a corpse wearing pajamas.
Yeah, that's weird.
Also, isn't it spelled PYJ or is it PAJ?
PHA is the American spelling.
Okay.
Pajamas.
Pajamas and no, I'm not going
Pajamas. Whereas the British spelling is pyjamas.
Just then, I heard the Hatter yelling from the front door.
だから大丈夫っすよ。寝たきりなんすよ。全然起きられないんですよ。
Oh, do you know what? This is something that happens in Japan where elderly family members die and they don't report it so they can continue claiming the pension.
Security.
Yeah.
What happens to the pension though if you die? Doesn't that just go to your next of kin? It's saved money.
I don't know what happens in Japan, but I think it just goes.
No. Like private pension I'm talking about. Like government pension, yeah. You just don't get shit. But private
If it's a private pension, there should be a cash transfer value, which is usually lumped in with the estate.
Yeah. Maybe...
上がらせてもらってご挨拶させてもらうことはできませんか?
Worker.
We're workers here all of a sudden. Okay, we're seeing a scenario play out.
寝てるのに起こせないっすよ。そんなのダメっす。
Of course this was gonna go dark.
ではお顔だけでも拝見させてはいただけませんか?
Wait a minute, so she knows someone in real life that's doing this?
Apparently so.
そんなことできません。母は神経質なんす。そういうのダメなんす。
Let me just say that we've never actually seen her mother yet, have we?
No, we've heard of her.
But never seen her.
Never seen her.
本当にお母さん在宅されてるんですよね。
Shit, a cops came as well.
してますよ。だからいるって言ってるじゃないですか。
I swear Japan is really nice, man. The coppers, right? If they were there, just to barge in and go, fuck you, mate.
実はですね、親類の方から捜索願いが出てるんですよ。
What? Wait,
Missing
why would she be
persons report.
missing if she was... What, did they try... I suppose they tried contacting her and she didn't answer the phone, maybe?
去年からずっと連
Do you
絡
know-
が取れない。
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you are.
That's pretty bad.
それあのクソババっすよね。ちゃんと寝てるって何度言ってもわかんないっすよ。
I wonder who the old hag is. The aunt?
起きた時に
Some
電話
aunt or
欲しいって言
something.
って1年連絡が取れないって言って。
だから寝たきりでずっと体調が悪いって言ってるっしょ。おふくろにはもう電話する元気なんてないの。
How absolutely
If
fuck...
someone is this sick, shouldn't they be in a hospital? Young man?
How absolutely scummy for your parent to have passed away and you fucking
Do this.
do this just so that you can keep on having money and stuff like that. Like a desecration of their death and then not even... I mean, who's to say how she died? Might have been his fault as well. He might not have killed her directly, but...
お母さん、
I
そんな
imagine
に
she
体
died
調
of
悪いなら
natural
病院に通わせ
circumstances.
てるんだよね。どこの病院?
Oh, thank you, cop.
おふくろは病院嫌いなんで。そんなんどうだっていいっしょ。
一頃流
I
行
mean,
ったでしょ。 年金の不正受給問題ね。
You clocked it. Also, can I just say, why are we focused on our stockings at this point? This is weird. I don't. Ugh.
It's a shorthand for her hand picking up the thing, but like, I don't know. It's
親の年金を当てにしてる無職の子供が年金の打ち切りを恐れて親の死を届け出ないっていう。
You're literally quoting what you just said.
I told you this happened. Like,
それ詐欺じゃないっすか。俺そんなことしないっす。失礼っすよ。帰ってください。
I hate it when people do this. Like, you know you're fucking lying, but then you act as if you're fucking. How dare you accuse me?
ねえお願いしますよ。お顔だけでもいいですから。
うっさいな。帰れって言ってたよ。帰れよ。
Right, so this is a loser neat type person, right? Not neat, but
I mean,
like.
we already figured that, but
So why can't they just
Man.
why can't they just shove him to the side, right? You could blow him away literally and just walk in.
they need a warrant to be able to get in. Otherwise, they can ask him to come in, but they can't force their entry.
Isn't a what? Can you get a warrant if she's recorded as missing and he's like acting suspicious like this?
So it depends on who the local authority is, but they need to, you know, approve a warrant and then pass it to the police.
I don't know. Pardon me.
また明日お伺いしますね。お顔だけでもいいんで。
Come on.
This seems like it's just social services trying to get involved.
But social services are came with a police officer.
A police officer can do fuck all, apparently.
帰れ帰れ帰れ。
Oh my
Fuck
god.
me, that
I
is
want-
so unpleasant.
I want to punch this guy just from that his fucking voice.
Voice.
Why?
Wind!
Don't screw with me. Don't screw with me. I'm a noble. I don't want to work ever.
Nice.
There's no way I can go to the employment service centre. I ain't the dregs of society. What am I supposed to do? Work in IT? Hey,
Man, serious shade thrown on guys working in IT.
what am I going to do? They said they're coming back tomorrow. Even a cop was here. If they have a warrant, I'll have no choice but to let them in. Crap. What do I do? What am I going to do with Mum's body?
So he knows.
That cop's onto me. He's got to be staking the place out right now. What do I do with the body? I can't hide it. Can I... Can I cut it up and flush it down the toilet? No, I don't want to touch Mum's body. What if I went on a walk and never came back? No, they're watching the place, so they'll spot me right away. And even if I had to hide the body, the cops would find evidence for sure if they searched the place. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Finally found some peace and quiet after being bullied all my life. But now my noble lifestyle's going to go down the drain.
I do wonder, what are we watching?
その部屋見た？
We're fucked. We're fucked. This is the fucking serial killer fucking sentence.
What is happening? Like,
Somehow we saw him being talked to by that worker in the police.
I'm wondering, was that a memory or what?
I don't know. Does Kenai live in a block of flats and she's kind of friends with some other people that live in those flats? And what's happened is that she's went into his... Either she's looked out the door, right? So she was sitting maybe with him and some other guy in maybe the other guy's flat, and then... No,
to
she
his
was in
place.
his... No, she was in his place with him and this other guy.
He would not invite them over if he's living with his mum like that.
No, but if he kept her... It depends on how many rooms he has. Is there another... If there's more than one room, right?
These Japanese flats are typically very small.
But Kanai's place had more than one room, if you remember when we were in there. We were in like the main sitting room and it had other rooms.
When we went to touch the forehead. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Sounds dodgy as fuck just the way you say it. And it was. And so like maybe he has a similar thing. And so she's walked into this other room while they're chatting and tried to like rummage through his rubbish, and at the same time the police and a worker have come knocking on the front door and he's gone to answer it, and she's kind of overheard this in the room.
Perhaps. I just want to point out, this has not gone the way I thought it would.
No.
I was totally expecting the Ssech King to show up and then things to get weird again.
But apparently, that's probably going to be worse because this is bad, but you know that whatever she's going through is going to be
This game
worse.
constantly keeps getting like worse and worse, yeah.
その部屋は俺の貴族の暮らしの秘密なんだからさ。
Mm-hmm.
見てない見てない見てない
I didn't see anything. Promise. I didn't see the body. Yeah.
嘘だろ。見ちゃっただろ。
I just saw rubbish.
I just saw your porn collection, that's all. Oh no.
I don't like this animation. It reminds me of the Blob.
That's what it's going for.
The Hatter's face swelled as tumours emerged like goosebumps. Before long, the skin on his face bulged and rolled right off in chunks. It wasn't just his face. The same thing was happening to his hands, and likely the rest of him as well.
俺さ、もうどうしようもなくて。
なんかわかったかも。だってあんた灯油臭い。
Oh fuck.
Wait, why does he smell like... Why does he put kerosene on? Why does he smell
He's
kerosene?
gonna torch the place.
How?
He's gonna torch the place.
That's not going to answer it. Oh my god, he's going to kill everyone else in the building.
It might not be a building.
It might not be. More and more of his skin peeled off like flakes with each second. His rotten flesh then became seared, exuding a foul stench like burning hair. I already understood what had happened. Once he knew he was cornered, he had tried to burn everything down that night. He must have been planning to cover his tracks with the fire at first. But when he tried carefully pouring kerosene over his mother's corpse, he saw her skeleton for the first time in so long. And when he did, he was like a man possessed. Before he knew it, he was covered from head to toe in kerosene, and then he flicked the lighter. Swallowed by flames, he rolled on the ground in agony as all his skin burned away. The Hatter wrapped his arms around me. What the fuck? My body was immediately engulfed by the hellfire. My hair was reduced to cinders in the blink of an eye, and my whole body was wrapped in searing pain.
At least this is only part of the illusion as well.
All my skin burst open before it could burn away and started rolling off in clumps. It burns, it hurts.
Yeah, these girls continue to be fucked up. Oh, welcome
Right, we're back
real
to
life.
her room. Yep, bad dream, bad dream. It seemed I'd fallen asleep in a weird position on the sofa, having grown
hate when that
bored of
happens.
watching TV. My joints hurt. I can't sleep on the sofa. It depends on the sofa, but well, actually, I can sleep in some sofas, but some I just can't. It's too sore.
I've slept on the sofa before.
On top of
It's
that,
alright.
on top of that, I'd been having yet another horrible nightmare.
めまいする。
The haze in my head refused to clear up. My eyes were spinning, my stomach churned. Whatever daydream I'd had this time must have been really messed up. It was 7 p.m. My stomach was empty, but I wasn't hungry. Still, though, I had to eat. It didn't look like Mum would come home today either. Oh well, I just saved my money on the half-priced side dishes at the supermarket. I never had to keep receipts or give back change. Huh? All the money came from my allowance, so the more I could save, the better. I reached out for the mushroom, no, table, my wallet was sitting on.
現実と白チュームでごっちゃになってる。なんか今日のは特にひどい。
I wasn't hungry, so I thought I'd maybe just go to bed. There was a soft mushroom lying there. It'd make a perfect bed.
What?
Yeah, she did say mushroom. Just then I heard the front door unlocking. It was followed by a buzz and the flapping of wings. The queen bee? No, Mum was home. Great. My mind was still a total haze.
Oh no, straight away.
Mushrooms were sprouting all over the place. The tables, sofas, and TV all turned into springy mushrooms. I could hear Mum talking. It seemed she wasn't alone.
Oh fuck!
My brain really was
I
on
think
the
I was
fritz
right.
if I was seeing her as the queen bee.
全くその通りですわ。本当に田中さんのおっしゃる通りで。
Mr. Tanaka.
この世で一番尊いのは家族の愛なんです。
Oh, there we go. It's him.
Wait, did you say it was her boyfriend or something?
I said it might be a boyfriend or a stepfather or something like that. I don't know, but we've seen now there's a Mr. Tanaka and he's talking about familial love. And what was the Ssech King all about?
惑わされてはいけません。
全くその通りです。どうして私は家族の愛にずっと気づかなかったのか。
Why does the mum sound like a complete idiot?
Because she's a complete idiot.
かなえちゃん、昨日は帰れなくて本当にごめんなさい。
What the fuck were you doing yesterday?
田中さんのご家
Read
族
between the
の
lines,
皆さん
man.
と夜通しでお話ししちゃって。
Wait, what? That's not what I was expecting.
I mean, maybe it's just a lie and they're just getting it on.
でもね、本当に素晴らしいお話が聞けたのよ。かなえちゃんも絶対に今度は一緒に行きましょうね。
Sounds like a fucking cult or something.
あと、今日はお母さんちゃんとご飯を作るから期待してね。
Her mother doesn't sound like she's going hungry.
Yeah.
So why is Kanai going hungry?
Paper plates.
I just
No,
assumed
but Mr. Mr. Tanaka has money, right? If he's the Ssech King, she said the Ssech King gives money, right? Quite a bit as well.
別にいいよ。今から何か買いに行こうと思ってたから。
聞いて今日のご飯は素敵なの。チーズフォンデュって知ってる？
チーズフォンデュだってお鍋みたいに家族みんなでつついて家族愛を感じられるんです。
What the fuck is your obsession with familiar love, you weirdo?
Is this Vin
チ
Diesel?
ーズと家族の愛情でホクホクになろうね。
It's just kind of family. Constantly.
そうなんですか。はあ。それは楽しみです。
家族揃っての食事。これぞ家族愛。
I'm sorry. He hasn't got a sprite. I would edit in just that one pose of that picture of Vin Diesel just with his arms folded.
Family.
There you go. That's Mr. Tanaka.
そして家族の人数が多ければ多いほど食事も美味しくいただけるのです。
See if anyone started talking like this, I'd be like, get the fuck out of my house. What the fuck, you psycho?
I feel like, yeah, cops this side's the predator.
全くですわね。田中さんの言う通りですわ。
Oh, God.
Personally, I'd be much more relaxed eating on my own than putting up with this nonsense. Oh well, home-cooked meals are the best money savers. Plus, keeping Mr. Tanaka in good spirits was also important. He was really generous when he was in a good mood. All I had to do was put up with how much he resembled a monstrous caterpillar. The fog just wouldn't go away.
Trying to think what he actually looks like.
Also, why is this room a tip, right? Like, can I clean the place?
It's not too bad, but
It's just
yeah,
the
there's
weird
just like
stains and the bag in the background and the cigarette. I take it our mum smokes, and our mum drinks beer.
and then the bag with the paper plates.
But these are all men's clothes. They look like men's clothes, right?
It's a trouser and a jacket, so I guess.
They look kind of manly. They don't look like.
Yeah, you're right. They don't look like women's clothes, but I might be generalizing. I don't know about that quote.
Apparently, Mum was up all night chatting with Mr. Tanaka's family. I was surprised she hadn't gotten tired of it, but as long as she was enjoying herself and it made her happy, I wasn't going to complain. Even now, she was cooking while basking Mr. Tanaka's lofty ideals. I wrapped my arms around my knees and killed time staring at the TV.
これね、専門店で買ってきたチーズなの。かなえちゃんもびっくりするわよ。
Don't give me fucking cheese, give me proper food.
田中さんって本当におしゃれなお店をいろいろ知ってるのよ。
I mean, I like cheese, but not. I'm not gonna give a shit if it's like some fancy cheese.
Mate, I can't stand the way her mother's talking. It's pissing me off.
かなえちゃんの絶対に喜ぶお店も見つけてきたから、今度田中さんの家族もみんなで行きましょうね。
Wait, is it like a restaurant she's talking about?
I'm assuming. I hope it is.
はーい。
I really appreciate that
か
the
なえ
top
ちゃん
and
は
bottom
お
board
腹どのく
disappear.
らい空いてる？このくらいで足りるかな？
あんまり食欲ないんで、そんなに多くなくていいです。
そろそろいい感じになってきたと思うぞ。どれどれ？
Is Kanai the shortest of the three girls?
She looked it. She's also the oldest, but she's
She looks the shortest, and I wonder if part of that is because she doesn't get to
she's
eat enough.
underfed. Yeah.
Mr. Tanaka grinned triumphantly as he checked the heat level of the portable stove they bought just for this.
I want a portable stove. I don't need one, but I'd like one.
He must have thought it was his winning smile, but it didn't hit the strike zone. Mr. Tanaka stuck his fork into the French bread they'd cut into cubes and dipped it in the pot of cheese. In my dazed mind, it looked as if he was sticking a gecko or something into a mysterious magical cauldron.
You got problems, Kanai.
I think we're going to find out exactly what problems those are. Mr. Tanaka then brought it to his mouth and bit a chunk of it off.
A bit of chunk of it off.
おいしい。
Oishi!
ほら、かなえちゃんも食べてごらん。
Do you know what? Some of this sounds like he's a good man, but I know this is not going to go well. And also, the first impression was really bad. Like, there's something weird going on with the way they're presenting him.
The way the mother talks about him is a bit too much.
The mum sounds like she's properly caught up in his way of thinking.
I think he's rich. And
Yeah,
she just
definitely.
And she's slightly pretty. She's pretty or something, the mum. So she's got his eye, and he's just an absolute degenerate. But hopefully I'm wrong.
I get the feeling he is.
He abruptly held out the half-eaten piece of bread to me. Oh no. Blah. Not eating your half-eaten piece of shit.
Got my own bread, thank you.
What the fuck? Gooey strings of cheese hung from it. To me, it looked like his saliva, disgusting me thoroughly. But I was a tactician, so I put on my $1 million smile and ate it anyway.
Tactics.
After all, he'd give me lots of allowance if I kept him in a good mood. I killed my taste buds so I wouldn't have to taste his spit. But it made me feel like I was eating a lump of clay. Let me explain my family circumstances to all you rabbits who aren't in the know. Please
Rabbits?
do.
What?
I don't mind being a cute rabbit.
Since when were we rabbits?
Are you complaining?
I'm not complaining, I'm just curious.
I'm a cute rabbit now, okay, Cookso? Call me Ashmanix a rabbit. First of all, my father left to subjugate a witch from the north and never came back. Daddy went to get milk and never came back. Didn't he? So clearly he's basically ran off with a woman, right?
I appreciate that her story's fucked up as well. Like, even though it's like the real life, it's her real life. She's still telling it in a weird, fucked up way.
I'm not sure if he died in battle or went into exile. Whatever the case, the Queen Bee was buried in grief. I just didn't get her. Even though she did nothing but fight with him while he was around, she started wailing like a baby after he left us.
Aww.
Then one day, the Ssech King suddenly appeared to her. Confirmation. The Ssech king, no, Mr. Tanaka, was in the enviable position of being prosperous without having to work.
Fuck yeah! Sorry,
It's-
it's pissed me off.
It seemed to involve real estate income or something.
Oh, he's the landlord.
He's inherited this from his family. I hate this person already. At first, I thought she'd gone out and found herself her own lover, too, not to be outdone by Dad. But apparently, that wasn't the case. What? From what I could tell as a woman myself, she displayed no sexual interest whatsoever in Mr. Tanaka.
Just the money, then.
I mean, that's fair enough. It seemed he extolled the sanctity of familial love or whatever in an attempt to bring the bliss of harmony back to her fatherless house.
Oh, fuck. Then he has no interest in her either. Yeah. Yeah, I see where this is going.
That seemed to fill the hole in Mum's heart, to the point where she now truly considered Mr. Tanaka family. Mr. Tanaka was quite amiable to the two of us and encouraged us to see him that way. To me, that was more disgusting than any sexual motives in a sense. The familial love Mr. Tanaka spoke of was to treat others and be treated in turn like family, despite the lack of any blood relations.
Vin Diesel?
He thought of it as something sacred that not even lovers could infringe upon. Mum was apparently good with that and had no objections to Mr. Tanaka's family, but I couldn't say the same. That was why I found treating Mr. Tanaka like family an utterly revolting notion. Crackdeer is saying, I like, can I? I mean,
I like her as well, man.
I like her cynicism, but I don't know. The Alice in Wonderland stuff is a bit... It's not. I suppose it's just not my way of hallucinating, you know. Of course,
You think you can choose your hallucinations?
No. In a sense, you kind of do, right? It's made by your brain.
No. There's a difference
unconsciously.
between a daydream and a hallucination.
So the way when she's having these are unconscious, right? So she is creating a world to try and soften the blow that is the reality of what's happening to her, right? And so
Yes.
her brain is choosing what it believes to be what she wants to see to be able to cope with this. So
Not necessarily what she wants to see, just any kind of way of making sense of things.
But I think this is a thing that she likes, like the Alice in Wonderland. She is the princess of her kingdom. She's trying to just make money for it to gain control of her life. Everything's nice, pretty mushrooms and sitting there drinking tea. I just have to do some weird Ssech thing with the Ssech king. You know, it's a ideal fantasy world for her to kind of cope with this, and it's like done in a way that she would like, right, to try and thing it. I mean, she's not actively choosing this, but this is like her brain saying this is what you probably like to see to make this less of a fucking nightmare. I'm just saying that if it was me, I wouldn't be. I suppose I wouldn't think myself to be a princess in Alice in Wonderland. Crack Dealer is saying, aren't these hallucinations just hauntings? So this is the thing, right? This is where it's like that. Where do you interpret this as just hauntings, or are we going to go the more real, like the less magical route, and say that these are hallucinations, brought on by cope for what what do you
We've
call
already
it?
had a girl who's reincarnated herself for 1,000 years, man. We got the spirits of deer trying to kill him.
But it's
We
like,
got magical soot that destroyed a village until they thought, let's fuck up this girl's life.
but that could all just be bullshit, right? The story, the backstory. I mean, I don't know. The toy stuff is hard to like explain away, but there is like a level of reality. Like this is real. The
Yeah.
horror, what happened with Tsubakiko, and Ruria, right? They all had real things that happened to them that have caused real issues, and this is how they're dealing with it. And this part of them, this is like hallucinating, living in a fantasy world. This is all pretty real, but then there's this mix of this kind of magical thing that's, I suppose, acting as a catalyst for these things, mixing it with the main story of the Do. I don't know.
That's a soot.
I want your thick, sticky soot all inside me, Suzumu.
Oh, yeah.
And on that note, of course, I knew he didn't have any ill will, so I couldn't just reject him outright. What's more, Mom had already found herself a new family she treasured more than Dad. And she was her own person.
Can't deny her personhood.
She had the right to bury the sorrow from her lost love and take a new path in life however she pleased. So I wanted to honour that and keep my own right to do the same. Thus, I no longer held any particular attachments to this home. It was merely the only place I could stay out of the elements for free. So this is how you rationalise this, okay? As Princess Ellis, I wanted to leave on a journey as soon as I could. But that required money, so I had to prepare as much as I could. Fortunately, Mum had been leaving me food money ever since she started going to Mr. Tanaka's family associations all the time. That, plus the allowance Mr. Tanaka would give me when he was in a good mood, were valuable sources of income. I had my adventurer's bag packed so I could go on a journey whenever. Inside was the minimum I needed to sleep out and all the travel expenses I'd saved up to this point. What if she got robbed? That bag was hidden in the door containing the water and electricity meter outside the house. That's a dangerous place to leave a bag full of money and you know, a bug out bag. The door containing the water and electricity meters which are outside the house. So I could leave home whenever. And once I did, I never wanted to come back again. I had tens of thousands of yen saved up, so I could last a decent while if I drifted between manga cafes and friends' houses. Yeah, but as soon as your mum reported you missing, you can't just hang around in your friend's house. But only for as long as a child's allowance could last. It wouldn't be long until I could graduate, then I wouldn't be a child anymore. I needed more and more money so I could work and find a place to live. Thus why my Arcanai Minobi Kingdom never had enough money. That was why Princess Ellis's quest for gold was still ongoing.
こうして3人で仲良くご飯してるとまるで本当に家族みたいね。
Does the mum have a job? It feels like she doesn't.
I don't know if she does or doesn't. Like, there's just not enough info for that. But she was poor, so I don't know.
Is she poor or is she just
You can't deny the paper plates, man.
No, but is that because she doesn't bother her arse to cook properly
She
on
cooks.
proper plates? Like she's cooking fucking cheese fondue motherfucking shit here right now, right?
That's because of the Tanaka dude.
I'm wondering if it's more because she is just what's the word for it? Not abusing, but neglecting her child and neglecting her duties at home, and is just hanging out with Tanaka-san all the time because he's giving her that feeling of. So it sounds like a cult, and he's making her feel like she's a part of something, a part of a family, when she felt lost after her husband supposedly cheated on her and broke that bond. So like, I'm not saying the mother's all at fault. She's like latching onto something to feel that feeling of being part of a family again. But
Makes sense. It just makes this Tanaka dude seem even more insidious.
Because he is.
Yeah.
本当の家族みたい。ああ、そのなんと素晴らしい
Oh my
こと。
god.
The best timing. Just
Fuck
to
this
make
guy.
himself seem like actual slime.
かなえちゃんもそう思わない？なんか和むわよね。
まあ
I don't like how she just rationalizes this. She doesn't seem that bothered about her dad. So I don't know, maybe who's a shit dad. But she's just like, yeah, mum can... I want mum to be happy, but also fuck mum, I'm gonna go do my own thing.
He went off, man, to find another woman. Or left with another woman. Like,
But
that's it.
But still, right, when this happens, it's usually not black and white in that the person who breaks up, whether it's the husband or wife or whoever, they don't just like fucking... I don't know who you are anymore as my child. Like they still come to visit, right? if they're allowed to. Maybe the mum doesn't allow him to visit. Maybe that's what it is. And she doesn't know because she doesn't know what exactly happened. Anyway, Mum and Mr. Tanaka were trying to stress how well the three of us got along. I took the hint and pretended to agree. But in reality, the whole thing made me sick. However, I couldn't let them catch on. So I faked a smile and made a show of enjoying the dry cured ham and whatnot we were having. I mean, at least it's food. Oh boy, not again. My brain really had it out for me today. The house was filled with mushrooms once more. The queen bee went to the river to wash the tableware after dinner. I sat on the sofa to watch TV, only for the Ssech king to lumber over and sit right next to me.
Oh god. Ah! It's so horrible looking at him. It's like viscerally unpleasant.
That's a family get together. So fun.
そりゃよかったです。
You know, he's somehow more unpleasant than the blob.
警察密着24時間ですね。僕とエリス姫も密着24時間したいでちゅ。
Don't say that.
I'd be damned if I was about to sit shoulder to shoulder watching TV with this creep. So I decided that I'd be the one to make the suggestion today.
ねえ王様、またセチで勝負しようよ。
What?
それは願ってもない話でちゅよ。
So, what's happening in real life when this is being brought up?
It feels like some sort of match. Maybe it is chess in
Chess.
the real life and the outcome is something else.
僕ちん、負け続きで悔しいので、また勉強したんでちゅよ。今日は
I don't know
負けないで
about...
ちゅ。
Right. Norm?
Don't know about the...
Welcome back. You have came back at the worst time, the worst point in this stream. The Ssech King.
Your timing is impeccable, mate. Honestly.
This is probably one of the worst characters we've came across in this game.
He is actually terrible. Oh, God.
Oh, you kind of missed the explanation of what was happening with we got
To sum up, her real life is fucked. Her mum is poor as shit. This guy is apparently a boyfriend, or not really. Like, it's not sexual at the very least, from what she can tell. But he's rich as fuck, and, well, I think he's wealthy at least. And gives money to her and to the mum. While she's hallucinating, he looks like this. We don't know what he actually looks like.
So yeah,
That's my brief explanation.
yeah.
Now let the madness commence.
Crackdeer says I prefer Stalker Vigilio. No, I don't know.
I agree. This guy is much more unpleasant to look at
This guy
and
really,
listen to.
this guy really was all talk. He fell for the same tricks no matter how much he lost. I may not look it, but in my golden years, I was obsessed with chess. Here
It
you
is
go.
chess.
I'd read all the chess manuals and was a master of basic strategy, so I'd never lose to some amateur whose knowledge amounted only to knowing how knights moved. I'm not kidding. He really did think he knew how to play chess just because he understood how the pieces worked. He didn't even know about castling or en passant until I taught him. What the fuck's en passant?
I don't know that one either. I'm going to look it up right now. En passant. En passant describes the capture of a pawn by an enemy pawn on the same rank and adjacent.
Wait, what?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I do know this one. So, if your two pawns are next to each other, one white one and one black one.
Yeah.
Right. If they're, like, literally next to each other, one can capture the other one like it would normally do. But instead of going on the space where that one is, it goes in the diagonal down.
If they're right next to each other,
So you know how normal pawns are when they capture each other?
they
It's
capture
like
diagonally. Yeah.
Diagonally, yeah. Now imagine, instead of it being diagonal to each other, imagine they're next to each other, horizontally, on the same row.
Right.
Right. So then, the piece which is moving to capture does the capture maneuver in the same way it would normally do, that diagonal down, but it does erase that chess piece it was next to.
What? I didn't know you could do that.
Well, there you are. En passant.
The fuck? I didn't know you could do that move. I thought you were just fucked. You just passed each other and then...
I imagine it's to prevent you from just walking past each other like that, yeah.
Because that's what I do, because you can change a pawn into a fucking queen or something if it reaches the other side, right? You can change the chess piece, yeah.
So I'm going to quickly send you this diagram. Have a look.
Cool, I'll have a look at that. In a bit, he didn't even know about... Yeah, I just read this. That was why I was on a winning streak. And so, for some reason or another, he treated me like his rival and kept stubbornly challenging me over and over again. I know what this is. I know what's gonna... Wow. Motherfucker, I didn't know you could do that. I would have goddamn annihilated so many people with that. Anyway. That makes sense as well. I think this asshole's setting her up for a massive fall. Like, do you know, I bet you they have bets. If I win, I get to do this.
Well, my brothers and I used to do stake matches.
Yeah, and I think he's just like lulling her into a false sense of security. And then he's going to make a big bet. And he's
an adult in a position of power, yeah.
And then he's gonna just like fucking turn into a chess grandmaster all of a sudden.
Oh, like the episode of Fresh Prince. Break out, Lucille.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, love that one.
What's that? You're saying this was Ssech, not chess? Oh well, who cares? They're basically the same thing.
If he's so shit at Ssech, why is he the Ssech king?
このセ
ッチのグランドマスター、プリンセスエリスに勝てると思ってるならかかってきやがれ。
Remember what you were saying about Grandmaster?
今日の勝負にはこれだけかけちゃうでちゅ。ドーン。
Dawn!
There you go. This is the setup. Also, I love the the title Grandmaster. It's fucking epic.
You seen the clip of that one kid, like some kid who's good at chess, and then it goes, and then and then his Grandmaster walks in.
He's like, "Oh, you good at chess?" Yeah. And so he beats like the presenter at chess, and he's got, and then he's like, "We're bringing in 12th Grandmaster, best player in the world, such and such and such and such," and then the music's playing. The kid's like, "Oh," starts fucking crying, and I'm like, "These are a bunch of bastards."
Oh, that's so good. That clip. Whoever edited that together fucking knew what they're doing. It was perfect.
Oh, poor kid. Crap, you were saying, and he started crying. Yes.
Oh wait, I want to see what Norm said. With this man, you'd be walking on a wooden floor, and he's gonna make the floor break under you by sheer mass. Mate, he's gonna break more than the floor. Just watch. We've already seen this fucker get it.
When the Ssech King clapped, a giant treasure chest appeared out of thin air and shook the ground with a thud. Oh my god, yeah, because every time she wins money from him, right? So he's gonna bet a big amount of money. So, do you know what? I'll give you instead of £100, I'll give you £1,000 if you win.
How on earth does he broach the topic, though?
Of what? No, he just says I'll give you this money. But if I win, I get to choose something. No, he just says if I win, I get to decide on something. And she's like, whatever, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna win. Yeah, £1,000. That's what it's gonna be. It was filled to the brim with gold coins and gems. I was grateful. This would ease the Arcane Minobi Kingdom's financial woes. He truly was a modern noble who could feed himself off unearned income, and he was always so generous. Oh, if only I could live such a life.
Ryokishi making a political statement? Never.
I take it his family weren't exactly well off.
All I know is that he was a social worker, that's it.
No, you wouldn't choose... I feel like most people wouldn't choose to be a social worker. Like, even if you wanted to help people, it is a fucking nightmare. I mean, we could see the nightmares that have came up here.
Mate, let me put it to you this way: he's no longer a social worker. He makes visual novels.
Yeah, but look at how fucked up the visual novels are.
Yeah.
And you know a large chunk of that is coming from his experience as a social worker.
Absolutely.
Holy shit, man. Right.
Man saw some shit.
Yeah. And somehow survived. 1 sec. Another Ssech
エリ
match.
ス姫もすっかりセチュの王様と仲良しね。
The queen bee was brewing sickeningly sweet honey tea. She poured it into 3 mugs of red, yellow, and green. Yeah, seriously, like a stoplight. On the surface, it was like the 3 of us really were a family. Like we were just having some good old fun after dinner. Alrighty then, I take this guy to the cleaners.
ミノベ県王国のプリンセスエリスマイル
Wait, Crack, you're saying progress? We're making progress!
あれ見延先輩
What the fuck? Why did we switch?
God, her fucking mind is so broken. This is later. We didn't see what happened.
今日ってシャチホコ部あったっけ
Wait, this happened before, isn't it? And then we jumped to her having that hallucination.
This is exactly how it happened. You're right. There was that really bad one, and then it just jumped straight away to having class. Not class, rather meeting with the dudes.
What was the bad one?
Come on.
I forgot.
I'm trying to dress it up nicely.
Wait,
You've
what?
forgotten.
I forgot, yeah. God, my memory
The
is
Ssech
saving.
King. The Ssech King going full Ssech.
What, the first time we saw him?
No, not the first time we saw him. The one was going constantly. Do you not remember?
No.
The man swaggered out, got something out of his pants.
No.
You want me to say it?
That was in the last episode.
No, not last episode. I was saying that it happened when that scene happened, right? Literally right after that scene, it just sort of cut to class like nothing happened.
Oh. Right, anyway, let's continue. What the fuck is
Continue.
スズムにナッティじゃん遊びに来たの
いやたまたま通りかかったんで覗いたら先輩の姿が見えたもんで
Wait, are we on Suzumu's perspective now?
I think so.
先輩お一人ですか
We are. We don't see him now, yeah.
Kanai was the only one in the club room.
うんおいら一人だけだよシャチホコ部は毎日オープンしてるから別に部活の日じゃなくても構わないんだよ
God, I wish I had a place I could go to when I was in like the last year's secondary school. I didn't. And I wasn't one of the fancy prefects who had their own room.
The art room, man. That's where we went.
Mate, there was no room I could go to. I was... PTSD, man, remembering that time. Fuck high school.
だからいつでもウェルカム
Itsudemo welcome.
It is a welcome.
そうだったんですか先輩は何やってるんですか
I'm just gonna say, Karat Dealer saying, greater!
He hasn't said great enough times yet.
Norm, if you're not familiar with there's
Atsuta, yeah,
Atsuta.
he just keeps saying great a lot.
He's greater. Trust
He's
me.
pretty cool. I like him.
He's the type of guy, see if I was feeling down and I needed to be
pick me
snapped
up.
out of it and to have someone just kind of like be a bro, be a cool dude, I'd go to him.
You know who's a really good bro in video games right now? Gav. Fucking love Gav, honestly. He's a fucking bro.
I love his fucking name because I feel like I'd go to work and I'll be a Gav at work, you know what I mean? Alright, Gav, how's it going?
He honestly proved himself to me. He was such a good bro character in that game, FF16. I need to make it. If I do a highlights reel, I need to get the loyalty mission, his one, because there's a scene where you're sitting down with him and he's like drunk and chatting about how he thinks he's shit. And our dude Clive is like, "Nah, man, you're my brother. You're like my brother to me." It was a really good scene, that.
That sounds nice.
He's really good. Like, he backed everyone up the whole game. Had our back.
He had to lose. He lost effectively his previous brother. Right, no spoilers, but he lost someone quite dear to him, and I thought after that event he would change, like his character would change drastically, but he held his character, and I thought that was great. Like someone that's able to be your anchor point.
Yeah.
In a time like that. Anyway, Gav is amazing. So
Gav is amazing. He also has the best reading of the words "fuck me" that I've seen in anything. He says it from the soul.
Nice.
シャチホコブで何ができるかアイディア考えてんの。お、よかったら付き合ってくれると助かるな。
Why are we switching times with her?
Times?
Like the thing that happened with her and the Ssech King was happening when she was at home.
Now we're at
cut
school.
To school, and
it's fine. We don't need to see how that scene ended up.
We're gonna though, aren't we? They're doing this
We're
thing
gonna
where they're
see
showing
something.
things out of order, aren't they?
I don't think it's showing it out of order. It's just that something will happen later.
Okay.
すいません。今日はデュエルの約束がありまして。
What?
Well, you playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
ナッチカードゲーム好きだね。
Yep.
I told you.
なんだ。
大会とか出ますし、イベントでも武者修行しまくってるっすよ。
Oh my god! You know my mate that I play Street Fighter 6 with?
Right.
He wants to get into Yu-Gi-Oh. He was asking, "Do you want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh?" I'm like, "I've never played it before."
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
I don't know if he's getting cards or a game or something. I was like, "I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm scared to dip into card games." I'm like, "Nah, man, I'll get addicted."
Is it an online card game or like just actually coming to your house and playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
God, if he actually bought like a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'd be like, mad respect, but also I'm not touching that.
Mate,
I don't wanna get in that.
like you're like about 20 years too late and stuff. It's like, I mean, it's super.
It's never too late, man.
I mean, yes and no, right? It's never too late, but it is kind of a bit too late. I don't know. Tell me where that goes. It must be a video game version of it or something like that. It couldn't be.
Already said.
Let's
Nah,
get.
not really.
Let's get to. Oh, you already said. Nah,
I've
fam.
I've turned down loads of people about playing card games. I'm like, nah, man. I mean, I'll play poker and I'll play blackjack. But I'm not gonna play
What the
Yu-Gi-Oh
fuck?
with that.
Why is Yu-Gi-Oh not hardcore enough?
No, it's not hardcore, whatever. It's that I don't want to get into one of those collectible card games because I know my own personality too much. I'll end up like spending way too much money on it.
Just don't get into. Well, Pokemon cards are now gone down in price after the whole fucking shit that happened thingy.
I know how to play Pokemon cards as well, so don't get me into that.
Pokemon, get the cards, baby, get the shinies, Nah, I can't be fucked with cards.
I still have my fucking Pokemon cards. There's a book here somewhere that has them.
Did I even get any during the height of them back in the goddamn early 2000s? I don't think I did really. Oh well.
You must
僕も
have.
今度大会に連れてってもらうことになってるんです。
I want to see. I want an arc of Natsuya's Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
God,
we're not going to get it, but I want to see that.
It would be too wholesome for this game.
Exactly.
He said it.
He said it.
Wait, he's talking about him and his mate.
頑張れ。応援してるよ。
God, this reaction. Good luck. I'll be rooting for you, fucking nerd.
じゃあすいません。
Wow.
もうガキども待ってると思うん
She's
で。
just being nice, and you throw it back at her.
Mate, that's what that reaction is, though. It's like, good luck for you. Everyone treats Natsuya like that, though. It's like, oh, you're so funny. You're just entertaining, but nobody hangs around with them on their own. What is that?
You don't see that part.
Yeah, nobody. I don't think any of them hangs around with Natsuya. He never mentions, oh, I was chilling with whoever. It's always like because he's with Suzumu. They don't give a shit about Natsuya. Our boy Natsuya is getting fucking. He deserves better. Natsuya said his
Pretty
goodbyes.
sure he's the one who's usually chasing around Ririo, right?
Admire the man's tenacity. Natsuya said his goodbyes and ran off in a hurry.
Also, he's got a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament to go to, man. He's busy.
He's got priorities.
スズムは行かないの？
Meanwhile, all Suzumu does is punch trees.
Oh, I forgot. They all got the hots for him, don't they? She's
How
like,
could you forget that?
Because I was obsessed with, like, I was kind of occupado, right, with her fucking holy crazy shit. You know what the fuck?
Garlic Bread X says, everyone says who's Nazia, but never how's Nazia.
That is so true. Nobody fucking asks him. I know everyone's got like super crazy shit going on in their life, right? But what does Suzumu have? Fuck all, right? Okay, he was
He punches
reincarnated.
trees.
He was reincarnated from a crazy dude that punched trees for a millennia of existence, whatever. But like nobody checks on Natsuya, and do you know what? Maybe he's got the worst fucking shit going on with him, and he's just putting on a super brave face.
You want the evil Nazi arc?
No, I want to see, like, it turns out he's actually going through the worst of it, but he was able to, like, instead of having the hallucinations and all that stuff, he was able to overcome all that shit and maintain like a genuinely happy outlook, fighting against that, like the warrior he is.
アイデアを考えるの付き合ってくれると助かるって
Shut it, Kana, you wanted this.
ナッチとグレートデュエリストを目指すんじゃないの？
No, he never said
お
that.
手伝いさせてください先輩
Forgot how much I didn't like Suzumu. This, somehow he is able to have this effect on people.
やっぱスズムンはいい子だな。
That's how.
Do you know, whenever someone calls you a nice guy, it's never a compliment, but in this it is.
社長コブって6人でしたっけどんなことができるかなお芝居とかどうでしょう
Didn't we talk about doing a play? I thought she mentioned that.
Did they?
I think she was talking about something to do with a play.
おお、定番が来たね。
Okay, that old chestnut. Okay.
でも、クロッチが来るかはわかんないから、5人でも6人でも対応できるのじゃないとね。
じ
Right.
ゃあ黒髪さんは木の役かな
What's the point of even fucking being in the
Wait,
show then?
does he want to punch her or something?
The truth comes out.
笑える。他には何かある？
We ain't seen this face before.
Wait, this is actually a fucking genuinely happy Kanai.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just realized, I'm like, what the fuck?
Minobi goes to the club room every day, whether we have club activities or not. I tried asking her about it, since it didn't exactly seem like it was out of passion for the club, but she dodged the question.
他の先生が言ってるのを小耳に挟んだんだけど、あの子の家ちょっと難があるらしいの。
You could say that again.
But why is she in that particular room during school time? This is not outside of school time where she might be wanting to not go home.
No, this is outside of school time. She doesn't want to go home.
Oh.
三者面談で直接話したらしい先生が言うには、お父さん愛人作って行方不明なんだとか。
Wow, bad. Okay, that's bad.
じゃあ
You knew this already.
見延先輩
I
は
know, but I
お
thought
母さんと
maybe
二人
he
暮ら
was
しなんで
trying
す
to
か
contact her, but the mother's like blocking
No.
him. I mean, it still might be true. No one knows.
もうちょっと厄介らしいわ。
That Kanai's mother, fraught with heartbreak after the loss of her husband, found a man who would fill that hole in her heart. A man who began frequenting the Minobi family home.
Technicality. How did the father elope with his mistress if he's already married to the mum?
Is eloping running off with someone to get married?
Yes, that's exactly what eloping means. To run away and get married. It's more than just running away with someone.
Can you have polygamy in Japan?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh well. Blame the translator. They said
gonna
he gave
check.
excellent advice in life's problems and helped others with broken hearts. Oh shit. It's what's his name from Mob Psycho 100? What's Mob's mentor's name?
Reagan.
Reagan, right? Do you know how Reagan kind of likes that? I'll help you with your problems. He's a great. I like Reagan, right? I wouldn't call him an ass. Like he's an asshole, but he's a lovable asshole. He's not like this fucking degenerate, but still. They said But according to the rumors, he was a con artist who would make his victims dependent on him, only to take their homes and all of their assets. I kinda hope this is what he's after rather than what I suspect he's after.
You're talking about the Ssech King.
I'm hoping it is something.
I thought he sounded like a fucking cult leader.
Well, more of a con
I
artist.
said the family sounded like a cult.
So he's after their assets, their home, and whatever money they have, which means that they must have something, right? Like he wouldn't. I don't
They
think
have
they're
a home
poor.
at the very least.
I don't think they're poor, right? I think the
They're
mum's
poor.
just negligent. I think the
You
mum's
think
just negligent.
You think that's all it was?
I think the main thing is the mum's negligent. Yeah, because they live in a decent. It looks like a normal flat, right? It's not like some. It's not like some raggedy shithole. You know, like what do you call it? The Demon King.
That doesn't
is a
necessarily
part-timer.
mean they're well off.
No, I mean.
Oh, that's a proper old time flat.
Yeah,
that one.
that's what I'm saying though. They're not in some shithole, so
God,
at least
I fucking love that.
they've got something, right? I don't know what it is, but they've got something, and the mum's not starving or I don't know. Maybe he's not.
But
loaded.
we've only seen them under the influence of the Ssech King.
True, but I just
The flashback when she was not with the Ssech King was absolutely miserable. The one with them eating paper plates. From paper plates, rather. Anyway, I just checked it up, and polygamy is illegal in Japan. So.
oh no.
I don't know what's going on here.
Decades ago, it had been a popular technique to brainwash the impressionable and initiate them into fishy new religions, only to take all they owned as alms. Yeah, well, there you go. It's all the it's cult. Yeah, it applied perfectly to this situation. Just replace religion with family.
Vin Diesel, how could you?
Vin Diesel started a cult. The heartbroken mother probably needed him, even if he was a fraud. But in
Did you watch Fast 10?
No, I've not watched the last 3.
Okay.
I need to catch up.
Even if they're not good, just watch them anyway, because they are fucking hilarious.
But in Kanai's eyes, a total stranger was literally making himself at home right where she lived. Even Suzumu, who'd been raised lovingly by his parents, could imagine just how painful that was.
家に帰りたくないから毎日部室に
That sucks. That sucks. Like, yep.
多分彼女は高校を卒業したらすぐに就職して一人暮らしがしたいって常々言ってるの。
Wait a minute.
いつでも
Is
一
she
人
telling you
暮らし
that?
ができるように今からお金を貯めてるとも言ってたっけ。
She's actually told Miss Hinagata that. That's impressive.
To me, that felt like an internal monologue. I'm not sure she would actually tell that to people.
No, that seems like something you... But apparently, she's mentioned that.
Hinagata knows too much.
She's the co-teacher, man. Oh, did I ever tell you? Like, this reminds me... Like, we had a co-teacher when I was in, primary school, right? And
Primary school?
Is it primary? What the fuck? Middle school? Whatever the fuck you call it, right? And
Wait, which year?
Last... I don't know. What's the, one of the last years in middle school before going to high school?
Like year 8 or 9 or something, right?
Yeah, go at 8. So, because it was, the last day of school or something like that, or something, we got to literally dance on the tables. Yeah, it was epic, man.
Health and safety be damned.
Well, this was a long time ago when I was a child, when the dinosaurs roamed. But, no, this teacher was awesome. I'm not going to name her. I don't want to get in trouble retroactively, but it was she was an awesome teacher in general. I just remember that, and because I was just thinking, maybe Miss Hinagata is that type of, the cool teacher that you feel that you can talk to more so than the average adult about these things, and especially since she's taken, she is the teacher responsible for the LCSC team, and there's only 6 of them there, and she's picked them because they're having these issues. They probably feel closer to her to a degree, so I could believe that they've told her this, right? When they wouldn't tell anyone else.
I'm starting to get suspicious, man. Because she knows way too much. She needs the history in depth. even the parts that were hidden. She knows about like the weird way that our dude can cure hauntings. She was the one who led him to go do it. And then in each story, she's talking about things like the history of Tsubakiko, and now here she's talking about Kanae's home family life.
Are you trying to say that she might be like the lead door or some crazy shit or something bad?
I don't know.
She
but,
has
like,
led us to do really bad things that caused world-ending events.
It's not that. Well, there's that as well, I suppose. But it's not that. It's just she knows too much. There should be another source of information. Otherwise, it's just a bit lazy where they're just like, oh, Miss Hinagata knows. She can tell us.
She Googled on the internet and asked ChatGPT for help and got all the information.
I took the piss out of that the first time when she's like, oh, I did some searches on the internet. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you did. But like...
But she did, and it gave her the results she needed. She's amazing. But also, how many people give a fuck about the local history of this town?
That's my point exactly.
No,
if they don't give a fuck that much, it won't be well recorded.
No, she might have went to the local library and they had like ancient scriptures from
That's not
Japan.
what she said.
She didn't. She just said I searched, right?
She just said, yeah, I just searched for the info, even though it was hidden. I'm like, what? I'm feeling suspicious of her, but let's carry on.
Garlic is saying smart teacher. Crackdeal is saying so. Basically, we bullshit around many different timelines. Yes. And this is the right one with proper endings? Do you know what? It might be.
I don't even know if it's the right timeline or if it's like we're still dicking around different timelines and seeing possible good endings.
Crackdeal is saying, yeah, I said that many times. Why do you know that, Sensei? Because she's awesome. Look at her.
No, he's right. He did say it before, but this is the first time when I'm starting to feel like it's really bad. Like, I don't see Kanae telling anyone this.
The star earrings just tell you that she's a star. Anyway, whatever. Oh, maybe she just listen eavesdrops on them having conversations.
Oh my god.
I could live at a manga cafes for several months if I used all my money. That way I could leave home before I even graduated. Oh, that's bad. Manga cafes suck. Wait,
you
what?
really think she told Tsubakiko that? I feel like Tsubakiko would tell our man that.
No. There's certain things that you wouldn't just tell a dude if it's between girls. He doesn't need to know about Kanae like that. Why would Tsubakiko doesn't think that he needs to know that about her? But even with Tsubakiko's the thing that's mentally scarred her, she never told him about it.
That was the thing that mentally scarred her.
Yeah, but she never even told him about that. I think she'd be quite... I don't think they would share any of that.
What I mean is, it's different when it's your own trauma.
Yeah, but I still think that, you know, she wouldn't share Kanae's either. Suzumu, yeah, or maybe he's a hot stud in the world of this in the universe of this game, but he doesn't seem like the type of person that you feel like you'd share your deepest, darkest secrets with, because he would just be like, oh, that's bad.
He'd just like write on a sheet of paper, tie it to a tree, and then punch it.
He's just like, I'll help you, and start punching a fucking random tree, as if that's going to take away the mental scarring, because he's a dumbass. Minobe, I need to punch a tree for you.
Yeah.
I think none of this everything he says just feels lame, because...
It's Suzumu, we know this.
I think it's because he sucks. Like, he doesn't... I don't know, like, he doesn't go through anything hard. He seems to have a decent life. And so, when he's, like, showing empathy, you're just like, you don't know. You just punch trees, mate. What the fuck? I don't know. I mean, we all are. It's called being an adult. Pretend. Fake it till you make it. Okay. Fucking jumping about like crazy in this one.
It's just telling us the relevant scenes rather than like an actual chronology.
I don't like it. I don't. But whatever. Fine.
前にニュースで老人ホームでプロレスを披露したら好評なんて見たことがあったような。
What?
面白そうです。
Wait, do they have old timers wrestling or do they have young people wrestling?
I'm pretty sure it would have been just like normal wrestlers. Younger people.
どうしても
Yeah,
出し物
it
が
would have been
決まら
funny
な
if
か
it
った
was
ら
old people wrestling at an
大
old
町で
people's
タ
home.
マユンにプロレス大会を提案してみるかな。
Yeah, funny for you, mate. I don't think the idea of like having them potentially like kill themselves in the ring for all the other old people's entertainment. It'd be basically like a death match.
Yeah, gladiators.
You should watch that documentary on gladiators, by the way, on Netflix. It's really good.
I should. Oh, it's on
It's-
Netflix. All right.
Yeah, it's a really good one. It's called the unofficial American Gladiators documentary or something. Unauthorized. That's what it's called. The unauthorized one, because it talks about warts and all.
僕と
Mhm.
ナ
It's
ツ
the
君で
American one,
戦
though,
うん
not
で
the
す
UK
か
one.
そんだけじゃ地味かね。有刺鉄線金網電流爆破マッチくらいやんなきゃダメかな。
Well, Kana is a psycho.
僕とナツ君がリングの中央でカードゲーム対決をしてもいいんなら。
Fuck off. Maybe you could just punch a tree as well. Yeah, that'd be entertainment.
I dedicate this punch to God, right?
仮に
Or
プロ
something
レ
like
スや
that.
るならバトルロイヤルじゃないとね。
Fucking hell, Kana.
オイラもキコチンもリディアンも参戦でリングの上で大乱闘だ。
Wait, can it be a mud fight?
What the fuck, man?
Well, if they're all getting in it, why not?
I'm just saying, I've never understood that.
でも本気ですか？
I don't know. Wet mud? Ah, fuck it. I don't watch. I've never actually watched a mud fight.
かなり
I don't understand why people would like that. It's
す
just
っごく楽しい気
messy.
がしてきちゃった。
Some people like that. They like messy,
Ugh.
and some people like feet. We don't king shame here, but we do judge harshly. Anyway,
それは一案にして他も考えた方がいいと思います。
そっかな。タマユンこういうのノリノリだと思ったんだけどな。
which one's Mayohin? Is that Riria?
No, she calls her Lillian.
So is it Atsuta? Atsuya? Who the fuck's Mayuhin? It's not Sabakiko, is
It's
it?
not Nazi. It's not Nazi, is it?
そっか。場外乱闘でパイプ椅子とか投げつけてお年寄りにぶつかったらやばいよね。
What the fuck? You're planning to throw folding chairs at each other? What the hell? I couldn't tell
that's
just how serious. I mean, yeah, but there's a reason why they are professionals.
Who said anything about us being professionals?
That's the problem. You don't just go and fucking start doing I don't know, tightrope walk without any training. Anyway, whatever.
Maybe you don't. Nothing better than watching someone try to do a tightrope walk into some sort of somersault slam and then completely missing entirely and just barely flopping off.
Have you seen this or something? What the fuck? Someone tightroping over the Niagara Falls, having no experience, and then you just fall off and die. And you're like, that was good TV. I couldn't tell just
Quality entertainment.
Fucking hell, man. I couldn't tell just how serious she was. Minobi really was just killing time here because she didn't want to go home. That's why she was having so much fun, even with silly things like this.
そういえばさ、スズムンって親元離れてんだっけ？
I'm surprised she's not asked him about this before. She's like, how'd you do it? How much money do you need? What's your rent?
はい。
Can I punch trees
今
too?
はキコちゃんの家にお世話になってます。
Oh, yeah.
Wait. Kanai's probably like, why the fuck can't they take care of me?
うん、キコチンに聞いたよ。 お家の方針なんだって？
The
一
landlords,
人暮ら
right?
しをさせて自立心を養わせるとか言ってますね。
You're not living on your own, though.
Pshaw. Self-reliance? Never. Live with your parents forever. Neat.
小さい頃からずっと言われてたんで、早く一人暮らしがしたいなってワクワクしてました。
Yeah, I mean, he's not even cooking his own food. Freaking Tsubakiko's cooking for him now.
They might as well be married anyway.
暮らしって楽しいよね。
I'm living on my own with my waifu next to me and my cousin's family. Wait, they're kind of cousins or something like that as well. Dodge.
They are cousins.
No, I don't think they're first cousins.
卒業したら
No, Tsubakiko and Sesame.
No, I don't think they're first cousins. I think they're like
Like second or something.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are.
先輩は一人暮らしに憧れてるんですね。
結局さ、親元にいるうちって殻に守られてる卵みたいなもんだよね。
Yeah.
それに殻は窮屈。したいこともできないし、好きに羽ばたくこともできない。
Ah, and then you get the joys of independence and council tax and rent and electricity and gas and groceries.
And water.
Nah,
Don't
Jen
forget
said-
water bill.
Get fucked.
Wait, you don't have water bills up
I
there?
don't. Maybe it's we don't have separate water bills. I think it's
we do.
amalgamated into the council tax or something.
だから人ってさ、親元にいるうちはまだ生まれてさえいないと思うわけ。
Oh wait, I got the biggest one. And parking.
Get fucked. Pay for your permit, bitch.
I remember I got that fucking picture somewhere. Someone goes, wait, you're telling me people in London pay to park outside their own home? And then LMAO, and I'm like, oh my god.
Fuck you. Wait, who said? Where were they living though?
This was someone on Twitter, man. And
Was it someone
like,
from America or the UK? Do you think?
UK? It has to be. Specifically out in London. I'm like, fucking hell. I know I pay a shitload of money to park outside. And fuck me.
This is why you don't live in the fucking city, mate. They charge you to fucking live. They charge you to breathe air there, man. Or they would if they could. Bastards.
They'll find a way.
でも、
Wait,
もう
Ules.
すぐ生まれるんだ。
Ules and congestion charge.
殻を
Does that
内側
count?
から
No,
コツコ
it's
ツと割
close
って
though.
いるところ。
That's them just charging you for having a car.
No, they're trying to charge you for the air. Like, you know, they say, oh, this is about the emissions they're throwing into the air.
Not the air that you're breathing, though. It's to protect the air that you're breathing. One day, though, it will be directly to do with the air. So you're producing too
Air
much carbon
tax.
dioxide from your breath. That we have to charge you for it.
Fucking, I remember the beginning of Double Zeta Gundam, right? Like, the main man, Jidao, he gets into the Gundam because, well, he just wanted to break out. But they're having demonstrations and, like, fighting because they're charging too much tax for the air in the colonies.
Yeah, that would make
Or something
sense,
like
isn't
that.
it?
It does make sense in that situation, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, let's not live in a colony that's like the government just has so much control. We're just gonna charge you for touching grass because we made that grass, bitch. And we maintain that grass. Fuck.
Cracked Ules having a laugh
す
at
ぐ
my
に羽ば
expense.
たけるように卵の中の内からいっぱい蓄えたもんね。
Yeah, independence is great, I suppose. I don't know. I'm gonna stay chained to my basement for the rest of my
With the
life.
raccoon.
And crack dealer's basement, where crack dealer gives me free home and board, and
The
feeds.
crack dealer's locked in your basement, isn't he?
Oh no, I'm locked in his.
It's like
basement with
recursive. It's like recursive basements.
basements within basements. I should get a basement, man. I should build a basement and then just put my computer in there so I can
A
say that I'm
basement
in my
in
basement.
a basement. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wasn't going to do a basement in a basement. I was just going to have a basement. But if you want to do a basement in a basement, we can do this fucking Inception bullshit.
It'd be like fucking Pit My Ride. Your dog, I heard you like basements, so we put a basement in your basement so you can be a neat while you be a hobo.
Her eyes gleamed with hope for the future, but because I knew about her home situation, I was well aware just how strong she must have been to say these things.
私はもうすぐ生まれて清らかな翼を思い切り広げるの。
Oh my god, she so doesn't have a fucking clue about life. Like, I know she's desperate to leave, but it's like... And it's maybe it'll be marginally better, but it's still going to be pretty shit if she's got a low-paid job and can only afford a shitty place to live.
Carry on.
そうして自分だけの力で羽ばたく世界はどんなにも綺麗で広いのかなって
Kana.
ちょっとポエム入っちゃった。キモくてごめん。
Oh my god, sorry, I just got some PTSD when she said about how beautiful the world will be.
Why?
It's a different game.
Oh, okay. Is it Fata Morgana?
Yeah.
むしろ
I thought
すご
so.
く尊敬しました。僕はそんな先輩をずっと応援してますから。
That's what Suzumu's aiming for, getting the crazy eyes.
だから
He's ain't the crazy eyes though.
Alright, sorry, the shocked eyes. I like to shock my girls into submission.
ありがとう。スズムンは本当にいい子だな。
The only time when a girl says you're a nice guy, it means a good thing.
家電店とかで売ってたら間違いなく一家に一台欲しいね。
He says nice things to me when I say things, and I
Jack
like
of all
it.
trades,
He
master
just
of none.
he just says nice things all the time. I love it. He's like McDonald's burgers, cheap, affordable, and it does the job. Nothing special, no.
先輩は明日も部室に来てますか？
おいらは模範的部長さんだからね。毎日来てるよ。
じゃあ僕も毎日来てお手伝いをします。
それは嬉しいけど、スズムンってほら毎日修行とかしてるんじゃなかったっけ？
Yeah, don't you have to fucking punch a tree?
暗くなってからでも修行はできるので全然問題ないです。
Come on, man. Come on. This is gonna be a major inconvenience. Yeah, I'm
He
just
can
gonna...
train after it's dark? Mate, you stand in the fucking darkness punching trees.
That's dodge, and also that would just fuck up his sleep. Like, this all sounds great, but remember, this is the same guy that said to Toei, I will train for 1,000 years to beat this bad guy, and I will, you know, whatever it takes. And then straight away got annihilated, like the little bitch he is. So he's full of shit.
He's managed to win once so far.
私もいつか見てみたいな。
When?
He beat the Tsubakiko demon.
Oh, because he learned a different way to punch.
He punched her so hard the screen shattered.
面白いものじゃないですけど、良ければいつでも。
Crackdeer is asking, she's president. Yeah, she's president of the LCSC club.
She's the eldest,
Just,
so yeah.
I think it's just because she's the eldest.
じゃあぜひ今度絶対ね。約
Wait,
束。
she gonna come and watch him punch trees?
Yes.
I suppose that
Well-
would be an attractive thing, you know, watching him get all sweaty in the summer evening, punching a tree, even though it's stupid.
Well, I was just thinking that it gets away from Mum and the Ssech King, right?
Oh yeah, there's that as well. Plus, you might get free food from Tsubakiko's family, because she knows Tsubakiko.
Win-win.
Cracker saying, "Shut up, bitch. He ain't real. Stalker Vigilio doesn't exist. He can't hurt you."
Yeah. God, I hope that he has a similarly
Oh
lame
yeah, shit.
scene in this.
Fuck. That was
やっぱり
You remember now?
that was how he saved her.
王子様は素敵だね。
He's not real. He died.
The Prince of Moonsoot. I forgot that title.
I didn't even what she gave him.
She's
that.
called him that before.
I stretched my legs out on the bouncy mushroom and looked up at the clouds and the blue sky. Oh, the Prince of Moonsoot means Suzumun. It's embarrassing, so don't you dare make me say it twice.
Kian. Oh wow.
Moon came from the moon in Suzumun, while soot was the English word for susu. Hence the Prince of Moonsoot.
もうすぐこの王国からも旅立てる。
Isn't it a bit much that his name even has soot in it? Mitsu didn't.
Yeah, but this guy is fucking lame, so probably makes sense that his name has suit in it.
そしたら
Mutsu was far better a person.
ムーンスートの国に行きたいな。
So what, you're just gonna walk down the road and live with Suzumu?
What? It's a Bakiko's place. Oh, here we are. Yeah.
I wondered if Kiki would let me rent a spare room in one of her family's apartment complexes for cheap. Yeah, why have you not
a
asked
room,
of this
how about
before?
not a room, but how about a cupboard under the staircase or something?
Yeah, and we will stop owls from being able to come to you and dropping letters off. And if a snake comes near you, just talk to it. It will listen to you for some reason. Don't worry about it. Why has she not asked this before? If I got a part-time job, I could probably live there on my own. If possible, I wanted to live near my prince. But
In the same house?
おいらは友とぶる気ないからわかるんだ。
she wants to live in his room, man. This girl is madly in love with Suzumu. She wants to get all up in his grill and be his princess of Moonset.
Princess of
恋してる
what
よ
was this
ね。
place called again? kingdom.
Minobi Kingdom or
Right, yeah.
something. Will you come? Will you be my prince, Suzumu?
They've
Oh.
already had that romance scene. It was pretty good, actually.
This must be love. Is this love? Honestly, I'd never been attracted to a flesh and blood man until I turned this age.
That's normal.
No, wait, what? That's a... What does that...
She's in high school. She's never been attracted to a person until she turned this age.
I've never been attracted to a flesh and blood man as opposed to an imaginary man.
Yeah, 2D.
I find those pretty boys in manga hot. Oh, my
Told you.
God.
I told you.
Look, I know 2D is superior to 3D, but come on, girl. I found those pretty boys in manga hot when I was in middle school, but I'd never seriously been in love. Even so, I knew that what this feeling was.
一緒にいてとっても安らぐ。
It's cause he's not a complete degenerate freak.
今日の
Because
部
he's
室
got the
みたい
calming
な
powers.
あんな時間こそがおいらの居場所ってそんな気がする。
I really feel like I belong with his suit inside me. I needed money if I was going to make that dream come true. A few tens of thousands of yen were merely a child's allowance. I needed a way to make about 100,000. What's 100,000 yen?
About $1,000.
That's not a lot.
It's not enough for rent.
No,
Especially
but then
not
again,
here.
no, not here. But in Japan, you might be able to get a cheap place back in the 90s
Maybe.
or whenever this is set.
It's just in the modern era, they have phones.
Did they have mobiles?
They have mobile phones in this. They've
Oh.
used it a few times. Mainly in Ruria's story when they're going to meet up at the
The concert?
concert, yeah.
Just then, I heard lumbering footsteps accompanied by an annoying laugh approaching from the mushroom thicket.
エリス姫みっけ。
いや、セチの王様じゃん。
Where are we? Is she at home?
Yeah, I mean, assuming when she's in this bullshit state,
Kingdom.
she's at home.
女王蜂は一緒じゃないの？
家族会が盛り上がってるみたいなんで、僕ちんが代わりに来たのでちゅよ。
Family association? Is that his family
Family
association?
Yes.
Okay.
誰か家族がい
Oh,
ない
he's here
と
alone.
一人ぼっちじゃ寂しいでちゅよね。
Mate, if I needed family and you're the the only person that could come, I would just end the game. Anyway, I wasn't looking for family, not with him at least.
お天気でちゅね。お紅茶でも飲むでちゅか。入れて死んでるでちゅよ。
ああ、そりゃどうも。
There wasn't any real rhyme or reason to it, but I'd always found the Ssech King flat out disgusting.
You don't need a rhyme or reason, just look at him.
I felt that deep in my gut, so there wasn't a feature on him I could view positively. For example, while Mum thought he had a funny face, I thought it was gross. Mum
Oh,
thought
interesting. So his face has got something weird in real life as well. Then.
Mum thought he had a sturdy body, but I thought he looked like a whale. Even so, that didn't overshadow his generosity. Those 10,000 yen bills were incredible. 10,000 yen is
100 quid.
holy shit! This man's shelling out £100 notes.
家族会って
Just divide by 100 for a
いつも
rough
よく
estimate.
そんなにおしゃべりする
It's more than
ネタがあるもん
that.
ですね
It's roughly like, just divide by 100 to work out what it'll be in like pounds or something. But there's a certain adjustment you need to do further than that, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah. Roughly £100.
I just roughly estimate, roughly.
みんなかなえちゃんのお母さんと同じで悲しい傷を乗り越えて家族になったのでちゅよ。
How is he not there if he's the leader of the cult? What's he fucking about here? How does he get... I don't
お
know.
母さんの心の痛みは同じ痛みを知る者にしかわからないでちゅ。そうして人は新しい家族になっていくのでちゅよ。
Oh my god. Right, so I realize it's getting late. It's already midnight.
Yep.
So I'm going to quite skillfully save here.
Oh, look at that skill. No wonder you were so good at Dark Souls the other day.
Asshole. Anyway, oh, we'll leave it there because it's getting quite late.
I get the feeling this is going to be really bad when we get back to this.
Look forward to next week because it's going to be a fucking doozy. But yes, let me just return to the title. Let's get his face out of the fucking way. Holy shit. Oh, it's gonna. I think we're getting to the
Crux of the matter.
Yeah, the crescendo of the story of Kanai.
I don't know about that. we were getting to like the dark turn.
Yes. I think it's gonna be
real bad because they're going to try and outdo that last scene.
Yeah. Don't want to remember that scene. God, her face in that scene as well. What was that supposed to represent, man? Oh, I know it's supposed to... So that's already happened.
Not necessarily. That could have been a different timeline.
That could have been in the future, or could be anyway. Crack just saying good call. I was getting dizzy. Dizzy from what? The Ssech
I don't
King's
blame you.
face.
I don't blame you.
But yeah, this was Iwaihime. This is getting worse. I'm not looking forward to next week. But again, thanks for coming on, guys. Norm, Crack Dealer, Garlic Bread X. I realised Loopy's not on because Loopy doesn't.
Loopy doesn't like this
like
game. She won't watch these
for a good reason. But yes, this is Iwaihime. I'm Ash Manix. Crack Dealer has brought up a good point. So there's no Kiko Riria. Yeah, interestingly enough, they've not appeared here. But then with Tsubakiko's story, did we get any kind of...
No, he means in that world. So in her hauntings. No, I don't expect there would be.
No, interestingly enough, they don't have each other in their own worlds. Oddly enough. But yes, we'll leave it there. This was Iwaihime. I am Ash Manix. Kuxo is
I'm not
Ash Manix. And we will see you guys next time. Later.